Good evening and welcome to tonight's game between the Union Cougars and the Morgan Trojans. We are gonna have a national anthem. This one's gonna be sung by Charlie Jenkins. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll stay right here for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That is Charlie Jenkins there with your national anthem. And I'm Mark Winterton. Mike Cook joining me tonight.
How you doing, Mark?
Good. How are you, Mike?
Doing well. Excited to be here.
It's the final regular season for Union, and of course for Morgan, as we'll face playoffs next week. Cougars coming in third. Well, I'll let you talk just a little bit about where the Cougars sit right now.
Yeah, sure. So for those of you that may not know, there's 12 teams in 3A high school football, divided into two divisions. So Union currently is in the North Division, sitting at number 3. Their region record is 3-1, and if they can win tonight, Morgan is in first place. Grantsville is in second at 3-1. Morgan is undefeated in region. So if Union can win tonight, they will enter a three-way tie for tops in the North region, and the top two teams get first-round byes. So it's important that if Union can pull out a victory, that'd be great for them to get rest next week. But if not, the worst Union can do is third place. They're already in third place. With the loss tonight, they will be in third place and still host a playoff game next week.
Yeah, I mean they got big wins against Emory last week, Judge Memorial before that, and Carbon, and so puts them in that third place and looking probably. So let's go ahead and talk about. There could be a three-way tie for last place in the South region, and that's who they would play. They would play the last place team there. So what do we got there?
Yeah, that's right. Right now, Richfield is in last place in the South. So the 3 seed will play the 6 seed next week, and the North plays the South. So the 3 seed from the North plays the 6 seed from the South. Right now, that's Richfield. And in 5th place is Manti. 4th place is Juab. Richfield plays Manti tonight. So if they can win, that would be a 3-way tie for last place. And all those teams, the South region is a little bit more competitive, I would say, than the bottom half of the North. I think all those 3 teams could. There's some decent teams. I would still favor Union, especially in a home game, coming into Roosevelt, a home game playoff game.
Well, our captain's out there to do the coin flip, and if you're curious why the rest of them are out there, it's senior night, and so honorary captains are all our seniors, but our actual seniors are Caden Hyder, Brig Edwards, Chase Burchell, and Colby Hyder. As we'll see who wins this toss. It is a chilly one. We did Duchesne and Altamont played last night. Man, after that storm came through this last week, it has really made things cold. Last week, weather was good. Weather wasn't bad. It wasn't too cold.
That's right. It's it's football weather. It's cool and crisp, but at least the skies are clear. Hopefully no moisture this evening to keep the pit. Hopefully be able to throw the ball a little bit tonight as well.
Yeah, I think we should be good on that. I didn't even see. Did you see who's receiving, who's kicking?
You know what? I did not see it.
I missed that. But regardless, we are ready to get going. We do want to thank all of our sponsors that give us this opportunity to bring you live coverage of high school sports here in the Basin. Ashley Regional Medical Center, Jones Paint and Glass, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, Strata Networks, United, operated by SkyWest, Utah State University, Ute Tribal Enterprises, Zions Bank, and the Water Hollow Ranch will be sponsoring our player of the game. And so with that, we'll get ready to go. I guess we could talk real quick. I had a chance to catch up with the head coach for Morgan, Covey Christensen. As Morgan comes into this game, they've got a 4-0 record in region play. Overall record 6-2. They lost to a couple of teams earlier on in the year, obviously in their non-region games. Who was that?
Right. Yep, they lost to, I believe, South Summit and a 4A team, Bear River, were their 2 losses. They have
and both of them were just by a touchdown.
They're close games. Morgan has a high-powered offense, good quarterback, good receivers, good back, and their defense. Morgan was in the state championship last year, and they're returning all their defense this year as well. So they got a tough defense, and we'll see that defense on the field first as Union will receive the football.
There'll be a touchback. Cougars will have a 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line.
Well, that one goes clear through the end zone, so a touchback.
Excuse me, Morgan will get the ball first.
Cougars.
3A North Region judges at Carbon,
Did you say Morgan?
Okay, yep.
Cougar.
Got to get my colors straight here. So.
You're fine. The Cougars sporting their yellow pants, yellow shirt, jersey. As Foot in the gun brings Hyder in motion. He fakes the handoff. Now he's going to go down. Gets forced from the pocket trying to find a receiver, and I didn't see a receiver in the area, but he's outside of the pocket.
Yep, shouldn't be intentional grounding. Got outside that tackle box.
Well, there was not a receiver even close. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Good downfield coverage by Morgan. Didn't see any receivers coming open. That'll be interesting to see as the Union receivers against the secondary of Morgan.
Well, the Cougar offensive line, they've been tough all year, but they did allow that one guy to come through there forcing Foot out of the pocket, and he didn't have any more time to throw. But he had plenty of time there, as now he's going to give this one to Eldridge, and Eldridge isn't getting anything.
No, that's good. Good defense by Morgan. Like I said, they have talented players. If they win their one-on-one battles at the line of scrimmage, that's their MO.
Well, that makes it 3rd and 10 now. As the Cougars break huddle here. Foot in the gun. He's got Eldridge lined up to the left side of him. And dual receivers to both sides. As he'll fake to Eldridge. Now he throws, and he's hit as he's thrown. And it's a nice, did he bring it in?
Like
How about that catch by Burchell?
Great catch by Burchell. And talking to you a little bit before the game, Mark, that's what I said. I wanted to see Burchell against the secondary. He's tall, and he created separation. He had a step. Great catch, great set of hands Burchell has.
Well, we're going to check this out on the LNL replays. You see Foot just get mowed over, and Burchell reaches out there and pulls that in for a huge catch. So 1st and 10 for the Cougars in Morgan territory. As Foot will drop back to throw. Released. It's intended for Rohr, but I think there was some miscommunication as Rohr was headed downfield.
I don't know if his arm might have got hit as well on the release, but yeah, not a receiver in the vicinity.
What a huge catch on that by
Man,
Burchell.
that was big. 3rd and long to get a 1st down. That's a huge play. Especially to soften up that. I could soften up the secondary for going long like that.
Well, the Cougars are going to come out with trips right. As Foot in the gun. Fakes to Eldridge. A little pass over to Hyder. Hyder makes a move. Follows his blocking there for a 1st down.
Good vision by Hyder. He looked up. He looked in the middle of the field, bounced it outside. Good vision, good moves.
Yeah, they're up to the Morgan 32-yard line here. And this is good to see the Cougars moving.
Yeah, especially right out of the gates. Yep.
Building the momentum. Yeah, you need that momentum.
Yeah, last week they got off to a slower start, so it's good to see if they can get off to a fast start here against a good Morgan team.
As here's the snap. Looks like he's going to give to Eldridge. Eldridge able to avoid the 1 tackle and actually might. Yeah, he's just going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just not much there. Was able to get out of the initial tackler's grasp, but Morgan has good pursuit on the backside. Not much doing.
Yeah, hey, at least he avoided the tackle for a loss there because he was caught in the backfield immediately and he was able to get out of there. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Cougars at the Morgan 32-yard line. Cougars going to go with a tight trips left. As Foot will give to Hyder, and Hyder, they pretty much sniffed that one out from the beginning.
Yeah, they were in the backfield quick. That play didn't have much of a chance.
Defensive, I don't know exactly. We're going to have to watch. I'm going to have to watch a little closer, but Morgan is able to get a player in there almost every time defensively, whether it's a stunting linebacker or defensive lineman that's able to get around.
I couldn't tell either if that was a linebacker, if their linemen are just winning up front.
Morgan playing with a 4-man front. Has Foot in the gun. 3rd down. He'll roll right. Gives him a little extra time to throw. And it's going to be incomplete, intended for Barnes.
That time they did bring pressure, extra linebacker from the right side. Foot actually rolls away from the pressure. Had a comeback route on that, just couldn't quite connect. I think if you get him out of the pocket a little bit, get him moving, that comeback route, that was a good play call. Just wasn't able to execute.
So that'll bring up 4th and 13, and the Cougars will go for it. We'll see if maybe they. This one's a little odd. He's back a little ways on this snap, almost like he's gonna kick it off.
I'd almost expect kind of a pooch punt here.
Yeah. There's the snap, and it is a little pooch punt. Cougars are going to try and get downfield to get it before it goes in the end zone, and they will.
Great coverage. Yep.
Yeah, that was
Back Morgan up and make them go 98 yards on their opening possession. Great punt, great coverage by Union.
He downed that ball
and you know,
inside the 10-yard line.
my own opinion, that was kind of exactly what I was thinking I would do.
Mm-hmm. Little risky. I mean, it was 4th and long. Little risky going for it. You're on your side of the field. Little risky this part of the game. Your offense at least got a couple first downs though. We're able to get some momentum and maybe build some confidence going into their next series.
So on first down, Morgan goes downfield. And a nice little spin move there.
Pass completed, number 17, Hurd.
Yep, and that's their big play receiver, Hurd.
That's the Morgan
He's their leading receiver. He's a big, tall kid, and he receives most of the targets
Kobe Hyder.
from Morgan's quarterback.
So Thackeray in the gun, drops back. There's another throw. That one was completed to, I think that was Larson.
What was
Nope,
that? Was that Cameron
Pass
Jack?
completed to
Yeah, that was Jack actually.
from Thackeray.
Jack Cameron.
Jack Cameron.
Another Morgan first down.
And Morgan has kind of a 3-headed monster receiver. Cameron is kind of their third receiver.
Well,
What a great player.
2 downs and two plays and 2 first downs. As this time they're going to hand it off to number 32. Trevor Jarrett gets around the side, picks up probably about 5.
If you're Morgan, you like that. 5 yards on first down. You don't have to get huge chunk plays, but 5 yards puts you at second and manageable, and sets up every play calls available to the coaches in second and 5.
Well, so far the Trojans fairly consistent on this drive. 3 plays and pretty decent yardage. As Thackeray in the pistol, throws downfield to Hurd, and another first down.
Yeah, the Union coverage is just a little soft. I don't know if they're respecting his deep threat ability, but they're playing really off. And Hurd just kind of sitting down right in front of those defenders. That's an easy pitch and catch. He breaks it off there, and I mean he's wide open.
Well, and you see from the L&L replay, they're definitely giving them distance because they don't want to get beat deep. Because Thackeray definitely has the arm to do so as they bring a man in motion, and they're going to give it up the middle.
There's a good stop.
Jarrett.
32 on the right side of the line.
There's a good stop by the Union defense. That's what they need. Just make a couple. Don't let Morgan just march the way down the field. Make them earn every inch.
Yeah, they only get a yard on that one. So Thackeray coming out again. More like the pistol here. He's not quite in the gun here. With Jarrett lined up behind him. There's the snap. He drops back. Almost setting up a screen play, but now he releases downfield to number 22. That's Buck Adam, and look at him go.
Yep, and that's what I saw watching this team. Some of their highlights, Adam Buck, he's their second leading receiver, but he's quick. He's a little bit smaller and he's fast. Great hands as well.
Check out the L&L replay on this. Just a little out pattern here, and maybe an in actually as he come across, but it's his moves that he gets away from all of the defender tacklers.
Just slippery. Yep, little cutback. I mean, Union had angles, just weren't able to
I
make
think
the
there were
tackle.
5 defenders that put their hand on him, and they're going to put another one on the board. Nope, they're going to go for 2 here. And they've got it. So our score is 8 for the Trojans, 0 for the Cougars. Well, Ashley Regional Medical Center, they welcome Dr. Tyler Moore, orthopedic surgeon. Dr. Moore did an additional fellowship, year-long special training in sports medicine, and he began seeing patients in August. Go see Dr. Moore at the Ashley Regional Medical Center, proud sponsor of high school sports here in the Basin. You're listening to Channel V6. It's Friday night.
Hey, the crowd sure came out, that's for sure. We got a packed house.
You know,
Senior night.
It's been the nice thing this year is packed house every game, every home game. Cougars have had a lot of support. Sitting third in region, that's a decent play, and they've got a chance to beat the #1 team in region tonight.
Yep, and I was interested to see Morgan is one of the upper echelon teams in the state, and interested to see how this Union team can hold up against a team like Morgan.
Well, Coach Covey Christensen for Morgan puts out a good team every year, and you know, chatting with him just a little bit before the game. He may only coach for another year or two.
Yeah, Morgan is a well-respected program.
So the Cougars now will take the field, our offense, for their second series of the game. 5:52 left here in the first, down 8-0. They were able to do some marching. They got down to what, the 35-yard line?
Yeah, picked up a couple first downs. That's like I said, that could be a confidence booster. Hit the big play to Birchall. I would look for that one-on-one. If they're going to leave Birchall one-on-one, I like Birchall one-on-one coverage, especially with no safety over the top. That could be something they could go back to.
So Foot in the gun. Eldridge lined up on the left side of him. As they're going to run this one, Foot's going to go ahead and keep it. It looks like he's going to pick up one.
And it looks like that Morgan defense has a stout run defense. I think their defensive line controls line of scrimmage pretty well, and it looks like it's tough sledding for Union on the ground.
Yeah, and Union even brought in a tight end for another, for 6 down linemen for the blocking there. Still unable to pick up decent yardage, just one there.
Yep,
Jones Paint and Glass, founded in 1938, is celebrating 80 years of business and a proud sponsor of live coverage of local high school sports here in the Basin. As the Cougars going to go with another down, or the tight end set there. Play action, going deep to Birchall. He goes down, and there comes a flag. That's going to be a pass interference.
So it looked like from up here that the defender got his hands in there a little early. Might have messed with Birchall's arms, his ability to reach out and make the catch. But again, the coaches, I would try that every single possession at least one time. Go deep, let Birchall try to stretch the field, and see what happens.
Well, and he Foot gave him the opportunity to get to it. The defensive back staying really tight on him, and you get caught up with him. Yeah, it's going to be a penalty every time. A little 15-yard penalty. And the Cougars.
And you run that play a couple times, and that sets up other routes. You break off a 5-yard curl. I mean, you can run a lot of different routes off of that, especially if they're expecting a deep ball.
Hyder in motion, as he's going to keep it himself, and Foot not going anywhere.
Just more of the same from that defensive front from Morgan.
Yeah.
All Union successes came through the air, and you don't want to abandon the run game. They got to still respect the run game, but it's tough for Union to gain any yards on the ground.
That's Colton Hansen with the tackle, middle linebacker for the Trojans. As Foot gets the play from the sideline. So just halfway through, well, a little over halfway through the first quarter. Cougars go trips right as they put Eldridge in motion. Now there's a little screen play, and it looks like it was meant for Hyder, thrown over Hyder. I'm not sure if Hyder could see that ball coming over the lineman.
Yeah, I'm not. This looked like, Foot is getting pressured, which is expected on a screen pass, but just couldn't. I don't know if the quarterback found the running back in that situation. I don't know if he could see Hyder himself.
Yeah, that could be to it. I was watching, waiting for a defender to try and come underneath that one.
Yeah, better throw an incompletion than throw it in the gut of a lineman in that situation.
Well, so 3rd and long here for the Cougars. Yes, Foot in the gun, drops back. There's the release. Bobbled. That was Ryan Russell.
Right in his hands, but that route wasn't deep enough anyways for a first down. And Union will be looking to punt anyways. That's a ball you'd like to catch.
Yeah, Russell just a sophomore, but he's shown some promise for the Cougars in years to come. As they'll come in to punt this one away. Foot stepping back to get his foot into it here. High snap, but a good punt. They filled this one about the 31 as he takes off. Finally going to get a drug out of bounds. That was Jarrett.
And that'll set up good field position. Morgan just went, 97 yards down the field. So now they're set up in plus territory on Union side of the field. Let's see if Union's defense can rise up and get a stop in this situation. So this would be a huge stop for Union.
Union's defense has been good all year, but facing this tough Morgan offense, that is a good question. As Thackeray and flags fly in here.
Not sure what exactly.
This is just an offsides against the Cougars here.
Encroachment penalty against the Cougars, a 5-yard penalty, brings up 1st and 5.
So now 1st and 5. As Thackeray in the gun here, Jarrett lined up to the right side of him. 3 receivers. Hitch pattern, and he's going to go deep. Is that Adams?
That's a play that I did see on film, and Morgan's had receivers wide open. It's actually pretty well defended.
Oh,
by the Union secondary.
His name's Buck. Or his name's Adam Buck.
Buck. Yep.
Look, it's difficult sometimes when you've got 2 first names and one of them's a last name, and I can't tell which one is which.
Yeah, that's right.
Cameron Jack. No, it's Jack Cameron. Adam Buck. Thackeray drops back. He throws, finds his man, and we're off to the races again. We got some Cougar defenders down there. Let's see. Nope, he's going to score.
Yep.
So,
and again, I think they're just respecting that deep ball. That's playing really soft coverage, allowing the receivers to run whatever route they want. And after they catch the ball, there's really not any Union defenders around to make a play.
These receivers are just fast.
Yep.
I mean, look at this here was Cameron. Cameron just makes the moves and.
I mean, he makes one guy miss, and it's off to the races. And coming in, I mean, Morgan's quarterback, he came into the game with 1,900 yards on the season, so I don't know if he has already got to his 2,000-yard mark.
I think he's close right now.
He's a good passer, he's a good QB, and most importantly, he has good receivers that can make plays for him once he gets the ball out of his hands, so as we're seeing.
With that, Morgan up 15-0, 3:59 left. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll be back.
At Moon Lake Electric, we are a locally owned cooperative with a deep history of providing dependable and affordable electric service to its customers for over 75 years. With a state-of-the-art electrical system, we are setting a standard for excellence in the electric utility industry. We are proud to call this place home, and we are happy to support our local schools and athletes. Find and like us on Facebook for energy-saving tips. Moon Lake Electric, keeping the power on.
And we're back as Morgan kicks off to the Cougars. And again, this one out of the back of the end zone. 3 kickoffs, 3 touchbacks. Cougars haven't had to worry about any injuries there.
Yeah, kickoffs, you do have a lot of injuries. You know, there's people coming down full speed, crashing into each other. So you eliminate that, get the ball at the 20. I think this is a big, I mean, it's still early, still first quarter. I think this is a big drive for Union, though. They can drive the ball down, try to get some points, take a little bit of pressure off of that defense instead of going 3 and out and running the defense back out on the field.
I think, yeah, you're right. They've got to do something here. They've got to put some points on the board, or it's going to make for a long night. His foot in the gun, fakes it, little play action, and it's in nice coverage there, intended for Burchell.
That looked like the DB got there simultaneously as the football did. That's good coverage. Looks like Union is seeing the only way to move the ball is through the air, and I think there is some opportunities there. Just their ground game. They haven't been able to get their ground game going.
That was good coverage by Jacob Burke. Not a big defensive back,
Oh, they
But
might have. Looks like they did call pass interference. It got there
Yeah.
maybe just a titch early.
So that is another Cougar.
It was a personal foul, actually. I think it was in the backfield. I'm not sure if that was roughing the passer.
Just need to pay
Regardless,
attention more to the referees. See what
Gives
see
the
what calls are being made.
it gives the Cougars the first down. We've got double receivers to both sides here. As there's the snap. Little swing pattern over to Dietz. Dietz makes a nice little move and gets about 5.
Hey, you'll take that. 5 yards on first down. Perfect. They bring the speedster Dietz in. And they want to get him on the edge, get him outside, let him use his speed and elusiveness to
Yeah, and
break
you
a couple tackles, and
Picked up a 4
yeah,
yards.
as he does here.
Yeah, he makes that nice little move past
Brings up
Burt
2nd and 6 for the Cougs.
and picks up 4. They're going to give him 4 here, so it will be 2nd and 6 now. Again, Dietz lined up left side of Foot as he brings Hyder in motion. Fakes it to Hyder, and he's going to keep it himself. And I don't.
Oh, ball's
He-
out.
he
Got the
lost it,
ball,
didn't he?
went up the
Yep.
line. There is
And
a
it is
fumble.
Morgan
It's
football.
the old Morgan ball.
That mass of people, it was hard to tell if it was on the exchange. Looked like Foot kept it himself, and just on the hit, must have had a helmet or something on the ball that popped it out.
Well, as we watch the LNL replay, let's see. Hit right there, and there comes the ball. And that was easy. Yeah, Morgan jumps on it, and it was
Morgan will now
pretty
have
quick.
a 1st and 10
And
on
again,
the
that-
Union's 41
That
yard line.
defensive front for Morgan, I mean, they're tough. They're not giving any room for Union to breathe.
So Morgan already up 15-0 here, 3 minutes left in the first. With a chance to score again there in Cougar territory, and it's a fumble. And the Cougars got
There's
it.
a fumble.
Get it right back.
Union
That
signals
is
they got
huge.
it. Let's see what the
That is a
official
Dalton
says.
Clark
Yes,
that
it
jumps
is.
on it.
It's Cougar ball.
That is huge.
Yeah,
Get that.
yeah, look at Brig Edwards
Cougars
lay
now
that
with
running
the
back
one
out.
on the 1st and
The
10 on
running
their
back
own
did not.
41.
Either way,
Let's
he
go
was going
Cougs.
down, but
He was looking up, anticipating the hit, not paying attention to handling the ball.
well,
And
not so.
credit-
That was huge on Edwards coming in because, in a sense, he completely caused that.
Yep.
The running back didn't even have a chance.
Yeah, he was looking for the hit before he got the football.
And so the Cougars with the ball back here at the 41. Puts Dietz in motion. Now it's a little quick pass to Dietz. Dietz trying to do his quick work, and I don't think he's going to get
Pass
any.
complete to Dean out of the backfield.
Again, Morgan,
Number
haven't seen a
one
lot of
on the
Morgan.
ball.
Wasn't able to find too much tape on Morgan. But just from what I've seen so far, their defense is pretty disciplined. They had the guy covering their flats. He stays home,
No gainer.
and he's
2nd
able to
and
make the
10.
play.
Well, one of the 3 keys of the game from Coach Labrum, win the turnover ratio. Right now we're all tied up
Yep.
on that.
1-1.
Trips right, foot in the gun. As he throws and is hit.
Like he had a man open. I don't know if he stopped, if he was expecting him to keep going, continue
Well-
the out, or
Number 21 on the coverage.
I think you'll watch this. He gets hit before he really even releases.
yeah. Ooh, he took a shot.
2 guys there, so
And Morgan's bringing that pressure.
got a little bit of a limp out there.
That was a big hit. You like to see that out of your quarterback.
Brings
Take
up
a
a
hit.
3rd and 10.
He's tough. Gets up, shakes it off, goes back in the huddle, calls the play, say let's
go.
do it again, boys. Yep.
Let's go. Down 15-0 here in the first quarter. Cougars with the tight end formation. Roar in at tight end. As he brings Hyder in motion. Gives to Hyder. And Hyder, just nothing going there.
It's more of the
Handoff to
same.
Hyder.
You know, and that's your big guys, too. That's your big guys
77
pushing
on
the
the
way
stop.
there with
Brunson.
Ginniga, Latui, and Kafusi. And they're having some hard times pushing this defensive line.
They are.
Brings up 4th and 11.
This Morgan defensive front, again, I've said it several times already, and we're just continuing to see more of the same. They're controlling the line of scrimmage, not
So-
allowing any holes to be opened up.
So going to give Foot a break as they bring Burchell in to punt this one. Burchell, there's the punt now, and now this one's going to go. A
Rugby
nice
style.
Cougar bounce.
Good punt by Foot.
And now down now.
Down by number 4.
Gives the
Ryan
guy, the
Russell.
players time to get downfield.
Yep, in
Trojans
rugby,
will have a first
I'm not
and 10
sure if the coaches
on
are
their
telling
own
them
15.
if you see a lane, go ahead and take off if you think you can get the first down. Or, like you said, just kind of buy some time. It's that rugby-style kick. You see that in all levels of football now. That's kind of becoming more of a popular style of
Kind of fun
kick.
to see it in the NFL when you do.
Mhm.
I think Randall Cunningham actually used to run that. Philadelphia Eagles. Remember back in the
Yeah,
day?
he would punt the ball.
Thackeray bringing, I think that's, is that Buck? Adam Buck, right?
Number 22 with the carry, Buck.
There's a good stop by Union. Talking about Morgan's defensive front.
He's brought down by a whole
Morgan's
bunch
got most of
Cougars.
their yards through the air,
And
as
you
well
got
as Union's been.
Dalton, Clark, Brig Edwards, Nolan, Bullet, Head, and Six Killer out there as they bring Clark in, and they're going to go with a three-man front. Go more of a dime defense here. Had a chance to talk to the defensive coordinator for the Cougars too, Coach DeCall. He said nothing really big changes as this pass is
Pass
thrown over to
complete
Buck.
to Buck, number 22.
He said just basically preparing more for a passing game, I guess.
Yeah, and Morgan, they have a pretty balanced team. I think on average they throw the ball 27 times a game, run the ball 21. It's pretty balanced, but you expect that out of a good team. But they do lean a little pass heavy, and when you have the athletes they do, I mean they're letting their athletes make plays for them.
So on third down, Thackeray, a nice play there by Barnes, comes in and knocks the ball away from Thomas.
That is a good play, and again, that's a big stop to get the ball back, especially don't let Morgan drive, get any first downs, and get the football back down here, still only a two-score game. Seems like this quarter's been moving pretty quick as well. Already.
Yeah, we're 10 seconds left to go in the first as Cougars will get the ball back here on 4th and 5. And I wouldn't imagine that Morgan would punt here. You know, you're sitting 15 up 15-0.
Yep. I don't think
Played
there's
a
any
smart
right. I don't
deep
think there's any
into
need to
territory.
give Union a gift and give them the ball, like I said, pretty much in the red zone.
That was Ryan Russell almost with the block there. As
Fair catch
Hyder
called.
will call for
Cougars
a
will
fair
have it on
catch,
first
and the
and 10
Cougars
on
will
their
take
own
over on
36.
their own 36-yard line. 3 seconds left, so we'll get
3
one
seconds
play off,
remaining in
and
this
then
first
we'll head
quarter.
into second quarter.
Union coming with good field position. They've been, like I said, all the movement they've done has been through the air. A couple of penalties as well has helped them out. But let's see if they can get something going on the ground. That would even open up the pass even more.
Well, L&L Motors proudly serving the entire Uinta Basin by offering unsurpassed customer service along with the largest selection of new and used vehicles under one name. As Foot in the gun. He's got Dietz lined up the right side of him. Dual receivers here to both sides. It gives to Dietz, and Dietz looking for some room.
Hey, that might be their biggest
Number
play on the ground
7,
so far.
the ball carrier.
And you'll take that. You'll take 4 or
He'll get-
5 yards on first
He'll
down.
get 6 yards here on this one. And
Picked
so
up
a
by
6-yard gain, and that is going to do it for us after one.
That is
It's
the first quarter
Morgan,
play.
15,
Morgan
Cougar
Trojans
0.
15,
We'll be back
Union
after this
Cougars
break.
0.
We are the people behind the connection. You may never see us, but you are always on our minds. Because you are the reason we do what we do. Improving the way you connect is the reason we are always working. Why we are always building. Why we are always striving to give you the best. We are the people behind the connection, working together to connect your life.
Here at Stewart's Marketplace, we are pleased to announce that we are now carrying certified Angus beef. Team that up with our Smithfield Prime Pork, and Stewart's Marketplace has the best beef in the basin. So come on over and check it out. It's a cut above the rest.
And we're back as the Cougar offense at their own 42-yard line. Morgan on top, 15-0 here in the second as we start the second quarter. Mike, not a whole lot going for the Union offense. They've been able to move the ball a couple of times, but
Yep. Again, I think if they can get this running game going, it's going to help them out quite a bit.
and another screenplay, and again, this one over the top of the intended.
I just know
player.
if the
This
running
one's-
back's not flashing, not making himself visible, so
I don't know. You know,
They can
Dietz,
find him.
Dietz could see that one coming. He jumped for it. Let's watch and see. Does he come through all the way? You know, he's.
I mean, look at that play call. That's a perfect play call. Screen pass. Morgan was bringing everybody. There's tons of room if they can complete that ball.
He almost needs to get downfield further than the lineman there.
Yeah, just make yourself visible.
I don't really.
That was a big play.
At the same time, it's designed to where you're supposed to catch it with the protection of the lineman, and it's almost like the linemen don't come through fast. The defensive front doesn't come through fast enough. So on third down, he rolls. Did Roar make the catch?
Looks like they're giving it to him. He's still going to be
Still gonna
just
be-
short.
Yeah, so fourth
Oh, he
and
got it.
one.
Okay.
At
And
this
again,
point,
Foot's getting pressure again.
Pass
Takes
complete.
another hit.
Still short of.
well, that's too
first
bad
down.
too that Roar has to jump for that one, because that's one where
He
you
was
could
down
almost
on the
make that
45 yard
catch,
line.
and if you're still on your feet, you
Yep.
would have gotten the first down easily.
Yep, there's room there. Again, Foot kind of looked like he were released a little late, and Foot was feeling that pressure, wasn't able to deliver a ball that was able to be caught on the run.
Another nice punt by Burchill, and they're going to fair catch this one at the 23-yard line. That's Jarrett.
Fair catch by number
For the
32,
Trojans.
Trevor Jarrett.
Well, let's see if Union can get another stop here. They forced a 3-and-out in the last possession. And keep it at this. I mean, it's still a two-score game. Still not out of hand. The defense can get another stop and give the offense another opportunity. There's plays to be made on the offensive side of the ball, you can see.
Well, the Cougars are tough on the defensive line, and I think that's where you're going to see a huge. Can the Cougar defensive line penetrate to rush that quarterback, hurry that quarterback?
That's the thing. You can't let that QB as good as Thackeray to sit back there and have all day to throw.
It's a
On the draw play, number 32,
draw,
the ball
little
carrier.
draw run there to
Trevor
Jarrett.
Jarrett. He's stopped by number 17.
Picks up big
Mr.
yardage.
Rohr.
Yep, that was a good run.
Trojan first down.
Watch this L&L replay, and look at the contact that the offensive line is making there up front.
And yeah, Morgan's, I mean, we've talked about their defensive line. Their offensive line is also physical at the point of attack. And giving their quarterback time to throw, and as well, open up some holes for that running game.
Moon Lake Electric, a proud sponsor of high school sports here in the Uinta Basin. Definitely want to thank all of our sponsors. It's Thackeray, a little pitch to Jarrett. Jarrett around the right side. As he
Quarterback
picks up
to 32 coming right.
about 6 yards, it looks like what they're going to give him.
Yeah, just giving him the
Number 18 on his
letting
stop,
him use
Dave
his speed to get
Burchill.
outside. He had a blocker out in front as well. A pulling guard getting out in front of him, leading the way.
Cougar defenders unable to get there. Yeah, that's the thing is Jarrett's able to get around the corner. You got to be there. As a defender, especially those defensive backs, you got to be there
Stay
to
home.
limit that yardage. As Thackeray now drops back, throws across the middle. That is going to be incomplete, intended for Christiansen.
There you see Union bring pressure off the
Pass
edge
intended for number 4,
and
Christiansen, incomplete.
hurried Thackeray a little bit, I think, before he wanted to throw it. And maybe that's what you need to do, bring some pressure, get the ball out of Morgan's quarterback's hands quicker, make him make quicker decisions than what he's wanting to.
So it'll be third down. Cougars looking to make another stop here. Four-man front here. Thackeray in the pistol is going to give to Jarrett. Jarrett hits the hole. He gets hit a couple of times, but he breaks free, and it's finally
Number 32, the ball carrier.
And they had it
Jarrett.
stuffed.
Burchill.
They were
Picks
there,
up a Morgan first down.
and the running back just able to squirt out of
Number 18, Burchill on
tackle.
the
I gotta
stop.
watch this replay as he comes through there. There's,
Cougars
let's
will
see,
have
was
it
that
on first and
McGlory?
10
And then
on their own
also,
43-yard
there's a
line.
couple of guys. I think Roar come through there and got his hand on him. They couldn't hold on to him.
And then in the end, it was a shoestring tackle that, I mean, that saved the touchdown too. So.
Well, Jarrett's a tough running back, and he keeps his feet under him. That's the good skill by a good running back. They keep their feet under him.
Great balance. Yep.
Thackeray dropping back. Now he's going to go deep. And a nice play there by Burchell.
Yeah, that was great defense.
Intended
Burchell,
for Buck.
Burchell's right there to make the play.
Good thrown ball, and Buck was going to bring that one in. Burchell jumping and knocked that one away.
Just gets his fingertips on it.
L&L Motor replay there. Well, Strata Networks, they're bringing you more local cell sites than any other wireless provider. You can enjoy the network with the best local coverage today and get up to $500 in credits with a qualifying trade-in. You can visit stratanetworks.com to learn more. Thackeray drops back, going deep to Buck again. And Buck makes the nice grab. And they're going to say he's out at the 4.
Yep, stepped out of bounds. And that's say what you want. That's a pretty ball. I mean, look at this ball placement by the quarterback.
Number 22, Buck.
Oh, yeah. Well, and not only that, but he gets, look at the catch
First and goal
over
on
the
the
left
4-yard
shoulder.
line for the
Defender's
Trojans.
not going to get a chance on that. Buck makes a great catch.
That was, and that's a perfectly placed ball, perfect catch.
So first and goal, and it's just given to Jarrett, and Jarrett just pretty much walks in there. Nice
Touchdown,
blocking.
Morgan,
And,
number 32.
so
Trevor
they're going to
Jarrett.
go up 21-0 here on the Cougars here in the first half.
I don't know if the defense might be getting still pretty early, but
Well, that's pretty good when your blocker can take out basically 2 defenders.
it is. Yeah, that was an easy score walking in for Jarrett.
Shouldn't have been. As here's the extra point,
The snap is back, the kick is up, and it is
and that looks good.
good.
So 22-0, 9:51 left to go here in the first half. We're going to go to a quick break.
I always had to do the night shift, which is the graveyard. And the first encounter I ever had with a ghost was on that shift. It's eerie, and it makes my skin crawl.
Come play with us, Daddy.
You have to try to analyze it to make it so it's not scary. But you knew in the back of your head what it was.
And we are back. Mark Winterton along with Mike Cook as it is the Union Cougars taking on the Morgan Trojans tonight here in Roosevelt. Morgan just scoring there. Long, nice pass play, and then the easy walk in by Jarrett.
And again, it'd be great if Union could come up with an answer here, go down, put a drive together, and score some points.
Well, this will be the first kickoff that actually will be returned. It's going to be a little reverse play to Hyder, and Hyder may get out to the 20. 19. Every other drive has started at the 20.
Yeah, that's the first ball that hasn't been kicked out of the back of the end zone.
Dexter Gilson.
Well, United, operated by SkyWest. Big special thanks to them for sponsoring tonight's live coverage. United Airlines, operated by SkyWest, is committed to being the basin's portal to an entire world of travel. Also, be an Aggie in the UNA Basin. No matter where you attend, your diploma will have the same 3 renowned words: Utah State University. Visit unabasin.usu.edu for more information, or call 722-1700 to get started. As Foot gives it off to Eldridge, and Eldridge, well, they're going to give him a yard. I think his rear end touched right there at the 20.
Yep, and again, just tough sledding up the middle. They've had a couple of positive gains trying to get to the outside with Raiden Dietz using his speed, getting him on the outside. But as far as the middle, those inside runs, still continuing to be tough for Union.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who they run up the middle. They're really not getting anything. This defensive front for Morgan is good. They stay home as they, wow, this one, look at this one. That's a nice pass to Roar. As Roar down across the full 50.
And that's a great play call. Your linebackers are are sucked up a little bit. Little play action to hold the linebackers. You bring Roar just behind the backers, and he's wide open with space to run.
Watch this LNL replay as he play action to Eldridge. Eldridge completely gets just tackled by 24. And then Foot completing the nice pass to Roar. Roar making some nice moves around some defenders. And then speed to get into Trojan territory. So Foot in the gun, trips left. Another play action, and now he's going to go deep. This one intended for Burchell. Burchell unable to bring it down.
And again, I like that play action. That can offset an aggressive defense and allow you to get the ball downfield. I'm not sure exactly. Looked like a decent ball. And if it hit Burchell in the hands, it's a sure-handed receiver. I'm not quite sure what.
Well, it's kind of it's similar to that ball that was thrown to Buck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he put it outside. Just out of the reach.
It's almost one hand, one hand on it. You've got to get two hands there and jump for that one. That would have been a nice completed pass, but it'll bring up 2nd and 10 now from the Trojan 45. As Foot now a quick pass over to Burchell. Burchell will make some nice running room there, and he gets the first.
Yep, another good play. Like I said, Morgan's defense is being aggressive. You can see their linebackers are hopping towards line of scrimmage before the ball snapped. They're wanting to be aggressive. They're coming. And leaving your receivers one-on-one on the outside and letting them make some plays for you.
Nice foot. Oh, that was Roar tying his shoe there.
On the Morgan 33.
So it's going to go dual receivers to both sides here. Eldridge lined up to the right side as he brings Burchell in motion. And he keeps it. Thought he was going to give it, but he kept it, and he's going to come with a loss of 1.
Yeah, and that jet sweep action, fake handoffs, not fooling Morgan. They play assignment football. They don't try to go outside themselves. They rely on their teammates to make their plays, do their jobs, and that's what happens. You play assignment football, you stay home, and you're in position to make the proper plays.
Yeah, you're not playing the whole field. You're playing your spot. You take care of your spot.
Yep.
And so it'll be 2nd and 11. Put in the gun. Little play action. Hyder trying to stay on his feet, but he's only going to pick up a few.
And again, I like that play call, getting the ball on the outside, trying to neutralize that aggressive front from Morgan. And you see here, he has some space, but the Morgan defenders come up quick and don't allow hardly anything.
So that brings up 3rd
7:24 remaining in
and
the second quarter.
a long 9, a long 8.
See if Foot can maybe have some sort of a rollout, maybe move the pocket for him, get away from that pressure.
Cougars going to go with trips left. And now we got a timeout.
Timeout Union.
So the Cougars going to take a timeout, and we will as well.
Union Athletics would like to thank
By fixing it the first time, we show our customers that we care. I'm Rico. I'm a technician at L&L Motor, and I've been in the automotive industry for 7 years.
I'm Amanda Kazik. I work here at the parts department at L&L.
I like being a technician. Every day is a new day, and it's cool to see a concern and be able to fix it.
They're kind of like my family, so they've really taken care of me and given me a ton of opportunities.
We value the Fix It Right First program, try to go the extra mile for the customer.
And so we're back. It is 3rd and a long 8 here for the Cougars, as they have been able to move down the field here on a couple of nice passing plays.
Now they just need to finish. They move the ball, now they need to go score points.
Foot in the gun, takes the snap. It's going to play action again and delivers this one to Roar, and Roar gets the first.
again, another
Pass completed
play action to
Rohr.
freeze those
That's another
backers.
Cougar.
Sneak Rohr out. That's a good catch in
14 on
traffic,
the
too. He
coverage,
knows he's
Derek
going to take a
Peterson.
hit, concentrates on the football, makes a catch, moves the chains.
You know, Rohr's played a lot of tight end. He played a lot of tight end,
Cougars will have
especially
that
as a
first and 10
sophomore,
on the
starting
Trojan
his
22-yard
whole
line.
sophomore season for the Cougars. But he is. He's one of those tough ones that he can make a catch in traffic. As Foot now drops back, throws little. Was that a bubble?
Oh,
I think he
that's
picked that one off.
Yep, never hit the ground.
That's an interception.
Pass bounced off the foot,
Man, that's
and,
another-
Trojan
They just seem to be a little bit off on those
Picked it
screens.
We gotta
those
watch
screen
that
plays.
one. As it's just a little bubble screen. It hits him, but
Bobbles around.
one interception there
Jeez.
by number
how
25.
about that? That was some nice
Interception number 23,
yeah,
Landon Hall.
bobbling there by
Yep.
the Morgan.
Good
by the Morgan
concentration,
defender.
but I mean a little bit of luck. But yeah, good,
Trojans now have it on their own 23.
good concentration to make that play, and it looked like it was set up a jailbreak screen to Burchell there, and just have not been able to connect on some of those screen plays.
Well, so Morgan on their own 23-yard line. Thackeray in the pistol here, and he'll give to Jarrett. Jarrett taking it up the middle, and of course Edwards comes in from behind and pushes him forward for another couple.
And that's good defense by Union, defensive front, clogging up the holes. There's nothing doing on that play.
Number 32, the ball carrier. Trevor Jarrett.
You know, as your defensive line, though, you want to try and pull him backwards instead of push him forwards. If you get him from behind, just grab a hold of him and pull him the other way.
Yep, there you go.
Thackeray drops back, and he throws this one, almost picked off, and then caught.
Man, again, another
And
bobble
was that
ball.
a flag? That's a flag thrown there on the sideline.
Ball tipped and caught by number 22, Adam Buckman.
Again, the Union defender is in position.
16 on the coverage, Colby Hyder.
I'll wait and see what that flag is. I don't think anyone else even sees the flag.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
You can see it there out the 32-yard hash mark over on the far side. As we check out the L&L replay, let's see what that. Oh, I know what the flag was.
Oh, there you see it on the sideline. Yeah, but
It's called the coach was encroaching on the official.
sideline warning.
Oh yeah, he had to run him over. Did you see him
Jeez.
just get mowed? It's a good thing that official's a big dude.
Yeah, it looks like
Oh, he
Morgan.
completely ran over one of the coaches there for Morgan, and so
he probably won't be doing that again. I think
Yeah.
he won't need to be warned to take his
one of the
couple steps
coaches takes a what do you call that? A personal
back. Yeah,
personal
personal
foul on
foul,
the
yep.
coach.
Unnecessary roughness. So yeah.
In the pistol, Thackeray is going to roll left and releases. Oh, is it
Again.
picked off? It was intercepted by
Wow.
Burchell,
Good.
and so the Cougars.
Good play, and Burchell's the receiver.
Burchell
You can see his body control
intercepted
there.
that pass.
Catches the ball inbounds, gets a foot in,
So you,
possesses the ball.
you get the penalty by the coach,
Cougars will
which
have the
pushes
ball
them back,
on,
and now
Trojan 45-yard
That
line
was just kind of a weird sequence. They catch two bobbled balls,
with
like you said,
5:55 remaining
interference
in
on the
second
coach.
quarter.
and
What do
then
you
Union
think,
gets
Cougar
the
fans?
interception.
Yep.
We had a
just-
fumble earlier.
Just
That's-
giving it back. They're playing patty cake with it.
Cougars just need to
Again, the Cougars have moved the ball. They've been in
just can't get anything in the end zone.
Morgan's territory. They just need to. Now they need to finish a drive. They have confidence they can move the ball. They just need to finish a drive.
Well, Foot all alone in the backfield as he's going to go deep, and it's picked off.
Flags. I was going to say that looks like
We got a penalty.
Morgan's defender was all over
Dietz.
Dietz. That was
Yeah.
Dietz. Had his hands on him. I don't know if that'll be a PI or just a defensive holding.
It'll be a 15-yard penalty. So it'll move it up to about the 30-yard line, it looks like.
And Union's had a couple of these. They've thrown the ball deep, and they've had three or four penalties. You call it pass interference. And they benefited from
Well, let's check it out on the replay here. It's intended for Dietz, and you can see him pull him there, and then he goes for it, and that's where they're calling the pass interference is before.
Right. Yep. Looks like he had his hands kind of around his waist too before it.
So
didn't allow him to get down the field and make a play on the ball.
Well, 15-yard penalty moves it up to the 30-yard line, and first down for the Cougars. And did we have a timeout, or was this just an official timeout?
I didn't see anybody charged with the timeout.
Well, Ute Tribal Enterprises, the fastest growing tribally owned enterprises in the state of Utah with 9 operations. UTE, they pride themselves in offering the very best products and services to their customers. Also, another one of our sponsors, Zions Bank, want to help you make a financial touchdown. You know their theme. We haven't forgotten who keeps us in business. More at zionsbank.com.
Let's see if Union can capitalize on this pass interference penalty.
And so Foot in the gun. Dietz lined up there to the left side of him. Releases intended for Rohr, and Rohr hangs on to it again.
Get in traffic.
He makes some nice catches in traffic, doesn't he?
He does. He's big, strong. He's not afraid. He plays linebacker on defense. He plays tight end with that linebacker mentality. Attacks the football. Makes a good catch in traffic.
And so 22-0. See if the Cougars can put a score on the board before the half with only 5 minutes left to go. Going to go with 3 receivers and, Rohr at that tight end spot. There's the snap. Dietz. It's met by 2 guys.
Dietz with the ball.
And at least he falls forward for, better than a 1-yard gain's better than a 2-yard loss. But again,
that's good good thinking for a sophomore.
It looks like he has the tools to be. I mean, he's already a good back. And I think he's only going to get better the next couple of years.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 now for the Cougars. Has Foot in the gun. He brings Hyder in motion. Fakes it to Hyder, and Foot just gets killed here in the backfield.
And that play action is nice to freeze linebackers, but also it takes a long time to develop, as you see there. Play action, by the time he gets his eyes downfield, Morgan brings a blitz on the outside, and he has no time to try to make any type of throw or any decision downfield.
Yeah, it's going to give him about a 9-yard loss there.
Yeah, they had a little bit of momentum going. Had it in 3rd and 5, and I'm not sure. I'd be surprised if they went for it here.
I'm confused of why they only gave him a 4-yard loss. Little screen here to Dietz, and Dietz gets upfield. He's close to a first.
Ooh, depends on the mark. It looks like he's right at the first down marker.
Number 7.
And that's that screenplay. We've seen that there's been room on that screenplay, and they just haven't been able to get the ball to the running back, and they finally do, and it picks up 10.
That's another Cougar.
I think Union's thinking, hey, we're down 22 points, getting close to halftime. We need to
and as you watch this L&L replay, Dietz he makes a nice little move past that linebacker, and then he just jets through trying to pick up extra yardage and just gets enough for the first.
Had 2 linemen down blocking for him. Was able to read their blocks, and he just gets enough.
4th down. 4th down, the Cougars convert and keep this drive alive.
It's a big play.
Ooh. I think that is going to be a late hit on the quarterback.
It could be a roughing the passer as the flag came in that vicinity.
I think that might be it, and if it is.
Oh, nope, I think they just called holding.
Is it a holding?
A holding against the Cougars.
Yep.
All right, 10-yard penalty brings them out of the 30. They were hoping to get it into the red zone here.
And that's tough to get a holding penalty. Again, another kind of a jailbreak screen type of situation. On a screen pass,
Right.
linemen just want to touch
Especially
the
on a-
defense
yeah.
and let him through. I mean, that's the design of a
You're
a
not-
screen pass.
You're
so,
not trying to hold anybody.
don't know.
If you have to, hit them once, right?
Yep, just bump him, let him through, and then you're getting downfield to block. So I'm not sure who the holding was on.
Well, and it's at the spot of the foul, too, so it brings him out to the 33. So with 4 receivers, I'm going to go to trips left. Russell, Hyder, and Rohr are your receivers to the near side. Birchall on the far side. There's the snap. Drops back to throw, and he releases downfield by Russell, and Russell caught it. Did he catch it?
He did.
He did. At the 1.
At the one.
At the 1.
We see Morgan make an incredible catch on a bounce, and now Union repays a favor.
What a catch by the sophomore. Foot releases this as the defender hits it, and Russell comes up underneath it, bringing it down for the
And that's
nice
great.
grab.
Great concentration, keeping his eye on the ball the whole way, and able to make a that's a huge play for Union.
What do you say, fans? Let's get behind him.
The defender didn't want it, but and it's hard to see whether it bounces off the turf at that point. Cougars are going to go with an I formation. Tavita Kafusi coming in for fullback.
I think Union said, we need to get 1 yard. They're bringing in the big boys.
Oh, and what do we got? Is it a false start?
I think 12 men in the huddle.
Oh,
Illegal substitution.
well, that hurts.
You saw a guy running off the field, and that just kills you. You're inside. You're at the 1
Get
yard
the
line.
1. You just need 1 for a score.
Yep.
Look at the score. Put the first points on the board.
And then they get a penalty for breaking the huddle. Let's see if they can overcome that though and punch this in.
They're going to go same formation. I formation here with Kafusi. As they give to Eldridge. Eldridge will pick up a couple.
Well, they brought in their
Well, if you're going to do it again.
yeah. Run it 4 times like that, you get 1.5 yards.
That's
By the
all you
time-
need.
Yep, you'll end up scoring.
That's all you need on 4 downs.
And two, you might, if you wind this clock down, I'd be kind of surprised Morgan's not taking any timeouts. Try to get the ball back one more time in this half.
Hey, look at that. We called it, maybe. Same formation. There's the snap. He's going to fake it. And now Foot will just keep it. He doesn't get in. I think he gets back to the line of scrimmage there.
Just barely, yeah. That was close.
But if you watch this, see if there was anything downfield. Rohr was covered, and he
Yeah.
felt like maybe he could get in himself.
Just wasn't much there to throw the ball. Either throw it away or like he did. He pretty much took a no gain.
Well, third and goal at the 4. So again, similar formation, Kafusi. They give to Eldridge. Eldridge trying to bounce around, and they pull him down forward, and so he'll pick up maybe, I think they'll give him a yard or 2.
4th and 2 at the 2. 4th and goal from the 2.
On the tackle, number 30, Ethan
I don't
Weaver,
know.
and
I
also
say
44.
I think you
line her up and just
I think you
Hammer
got to
in
go
there.
for it. I don't
Yep.
know if you want to kick a field goal at this
Pick
point.
up
You're
a
down
yard.
22
4th
to
and
0.
3.
you're down 3 touchdowns. You want to try to put something on the board.
Cougars will do a little substitution here.
Let's go, Cougars!
Cougars are going to go with the shotgun formation. Tight trips right. Imagine he'll roll right here. And a little bit of a roll. Trying to complete it to Hyder, and it is not incomplete. So with 37 seconds.
And he was open initially, and then the DB got on him. See him come out of his break. He's open. Right now he's open. But just couldn't get the ball to him. And
Yeah,
that's tough.
tough.
They had the illegal substitution or whatever it was. They're inside the 1 yard line. They get a 5 yard penalty.
Great catch by Russell.
Was great catch. And to mark him inside the 1.
Morgan now
And then
has
they
it.
come away with no
1st and
points.
10 on the 3-yard line.
Well, the Cougars now will just try to hold Morgan for 37 seconds. going to halftime down 22-0 as Thackeray hands to Jarrett. Jarrett slips out of that one.
Man, that guy, he's a good running back.
Slippery.
He is. He's
Dietz is there along with.
has a lot of yak, the yards after contact. I mean, he looks like he disappears in the in the mass right here and somehow squirts out,
Pickup of 8 yards.
breaking more tackles.
2nd and 2.
Looked like it was Six Killer and Dietz on the tackle there.
And Morgan just content to let this run out. They're up 22. They get the ball at halftime. They're content to just take this thing, go into halftime.
Yeah. So at the half, it'll be Trojans 22, Cougars 0. We've got a little, I think, a few things we'll do at halftime here. But with that, we'll go to our quick break.
Every goal, every year, we want to be able to get better from week to week. So I think each week is an opportunity to improve from the week before. So we try not to look at one opponent more than another. We want to better ourselves every week and make sure that we're improving every week so that we have a chance at the end. Man, game day is, I think it starts Monday. In your preparation, it's just Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just trying to create, the best opportunities, try to find the things that are going to make us most successful, and then try to get them taken care of out here on the practice field. And then usually Thursday nights, not much sleep for me, and then the butterflies hit as soon as we wake up in the morning, and it's just fun. It's a great atmosphere in the school. See the guys wearing their jerseys, cheerleaders are in their cheerleading uniforms, and the school, you can just feel a good spirit, and it's just a tremendous feeling. There's nothing like Friday night. That you can fight through hard things. I hope we learn how to do hard things, and that hard things make us better, and that when we're challenged, that's the only way that we're going to be able to grow. Because too often in this world, it's easy to take the easy way. The easy way is usually the wrong way. We want to be able to do the hard things that this world consists of, and football's a great tool for teaching that. Football's hard. It's not easy. Come out here and practice, put pads on, and beat up on each other every day. And so it takes some resiliency to be able to do that. And so I hope that we learn how to do hard things that will carry us on the rest of our life.
By fixing it the first time, we show our customers that we care. I'm Rico. I'm a technician at L&L Motor. I've been in the automotive industry for 7 years.
I'm Amanda Kazik. I work here at the parts department at L&L.
I like being a technician. Every day is a new day, and it's cool to see a concern and be able to fix it.
They're kind of like my family, so they've really taken care of me and given me a ton of opportunities.
We value the Fix It Right First program. Try to go the extra mile for the customer.
Oh, well, exciting game for Morgan. Morgan up 22-0. Cougars have been able to have some exciting plays, but I think, and don't tell me if I'm wrong, but the hit of the night was the official taking out the coach, the Morgan coach, and then it was a 15-yard penalty, which helped the Cougars out. Anyways, hey, we're at halftime, and our national anthem singer, Charlie Jenkins, here to chat for a little bit. Charlie, what's the last time you've been back to a Union football game?
It's been a long time. It's been long enough that right out here where the U and the C is, I've actually killed deer there with high-powered rifles. I don't know if I'm supposed to be telling you that because we used to farm all of this ground here, and then the deers would come out of the gulch and as a 14-year-old.
You had depredation tags.
No, this is during the regular season.
Oh, okay.
But it's just right here. So I'm saying it's been long enough that was probably, my last great memory right here was dead deer.
You went out, sang the national anthem, exactly where you killed and gutted that deer.
Absolutely, yes. And so, yeah, it's,
it had a little more meaning to you then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, this is sacred ground right here. A lot of patriotism right here because, who in the world, only in America can you go kill a deer right where you play football now. It's not even real grass, though.
Charlie, let's talk. The game. Well, we'll talk about the game later.
No, I don't mind talking about the game. I know Morgan real well. I know their coaching staff. I've been able to be friends with them for a number of those guys, and of course ours. And
when you were in high school, you wrestled, you
played football, rodeoed.
Did a lot of. I think you played middle linebacker, didn't you?
I played outside linebacker. I wasn't quite big enough to be right there in the middle. I'd have been pushed out of the way.
But good times on the football field.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I just feel bummed. Union's had some big plays. They haven't been able to put this together. The first time I saw them hit that screen play, they've tried to run that 3 or 4 times, and finally they connected with that. It's there because Morgan is getting a lot of pressure to our quarterback, and that's one thing that we're not able to do so far. Our defense has not gotten to their quarterback or caused him to rush anything. And so I feel fortunate that, it's not up bigger than they're not up bigger than they are, other than we've had these, 2 or 3 big chunk plays and really spectacular chunk plays. That last play, that catch he caught, I thought he was in the end zone, put him right there at the yard line. Then they had that, what was it, legal procedure or whatever it is.
12-man breaking the huddle. Yeah. And that was a sophomore. That was actually Ryan Russell.
We don't want to call him out, see? Oh, you mean the guy who caught the ball?
Yeah,
that was quite.
That's Rory Russell's boy. And we went to school with Rory.
See, that's when I know when we've gotten to the point where, like.
Is that when you know you're old?
Yes. Yeah, it's when you come to here and the seniors being introduced, you're like, their parents. You went to school with them. You're like, what the heck happened? Just like that. Watch out.
Well, speaking of what the heck happened, let's talk about your singing and all that. Come on, it's fun.
What the heck happened?
Yeah,
the singing?
No, I went and saw you down in Emery County this year.
Yeah.
I mean, you always make it a fun show.
I try. I look at what I do for a living maybe a little differently than a lot of other guys do. I look at my responsibility, and I tell the guys, even guys and gals, before we go on stage, that our real mission is to create moments for other people. And we use music to do that. And whether we can get them to relax and they can feel something different that night, or there's energy in the room, or whatever it is, that's our goal. Our goal is to go out there, and quite often, relating to football, my band says that I call audibles all the time, and that's literally because I am trying to pay attention to what's going on with my audience and going, okay, you know, we just played really 3 or 4 up-tempo songs, and they need a break. You know, they need to bring the energy down, and so I'll turn around. I've got this little button I step on, and when I do, I can talk to my band and say, guys, we're playing this song next.
You call the audible.
Rarely do, other than maybe the first 3 or 4 songs, do I ever play the set list.
Do you have like a similar audible call? Like, is it a red 26 kind of a?
Yeah. No, there's nothing red in there.
Oh, it's a gold. Gold.
Yeah, gold and black. Yeah, cougar. No, not really. But what's funny is that I'll start telling a story about something, and my band, based off the story, knows what song we're gonna.
They know we're switching. It's an
we're like,
audible call.
Oh, we are not playing this one. He's telling this story. We know where we're going with this. Yeah, so they've been with me long enough. They know. Poor guys, gals.
Favorite cover song to play?
Man, favorite cover song to play. That's real hard to know when. God Bless the USA towards the end of the show, just because I love that song. I love the message. Footloose, you know, it's real dear to Utah, and people have a good time with that. It all depends. I mean, it's just the moment, right? You could be playing to a small group, and they're all having dinner, and a cover song would mean something different, a more intimate type deal, versus, you know, out playing it where everyone's dancing, where they're all cover tunes. It all depends. Yeah, there's no real set one.
Well, Charlie, thanks for joining us during our halftime show.
Yeah, you bet.
We'll let you go.
Well, I hope Union can turn things around. I wish we'd have got a score on the board. It would have made things a little more interesting going into this third, but
yeah,
we can do it. We can turn this thing around.
Where's your next show?
I'm playing Cowboy Poetry next week. I actually got 2 shows in Heber City, so it's not too far from me. I've got one that's kind of a dance, and then more of an intimate dinner night on Saturday. So the 27th, 26th, and then I also play. I guess they have some sort of cowboy church, and I have like a little 20-minute set with the Bar J Wranglers there. So this weekend's going to be a little bit packed, but.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us again, and
you bet.
Good luck.
Finally, the mic turned on out there.
I know. I'm like, we did mic check and everything. We thought
they unplugged it and they forgot to plug it back in. That whole plug it back in thing gets you every time.
Every time.
I've been there many times.
Thanks, Charlie.
Yeah, you bet.
Well, we'll bring Mike Cook back. We're going to talk a little football here. It is halftime. We got about 3 minutes left here on the halftime. Mike, tough first half for the Cougars. Let's talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, I was interested to see how Union would play against this Morgan team. Again, Morgan, they were in the state championship game last year, lost to Juan Diego. They have the best defense statistically in the state, second best offense. Just to see how Union would play against a top-notch team like Morgan. And to be honest, they had plays. You know, they moved the ball. They were helped out a couple times on some penalties, but they moved the ball on offense, had the ball inside the 1-yard line on a spectacular catch, a tip drill, diving catch. Then they break the huddle with too many men with 12 men and get moved back. They're unable to score there. They've had some screen plays that are set up. They've had other plays that are there. So that's a message that if I'm on that coaching staff, that's a message I'm giving the kids at halftime is, hey, this is one of the best teams in the state, and we are making plays, and there's more plays to be made. There's plays out there to be made, and so try to glean some sort of confidence off of that. And this offense, the first 2 possessions that Morgan had, they went down and scored twice. And since then, the Union defense has toughened up a little bit. They've created some turnovers of their own, and they've only allowed, after those first 2 possessions, they've kind of settled down. It is a 3-score game, but I think Union can still come out here and make some plays and really gain some confidence going into the playoffs.
Well, I'm going to throw out this little prediction that if the Cougars can come out, they're going to be kicking to Morgan. If they can stop Morgan, they can make Morgan go 3 and out. get the ball back, and score, we'll see a close game where Cougars could come away with a win tonight. If they cannot, it might get ugly in the second half.
Yep. Yeah.
Just my prediction.
I can say I can see that. You know, this first, like you said, this first possession of the second half is kind of dictate where the rest of the game is going to go. If Morgan drives down the field, goes up 4 touchdowns at that point, it almost will feel like a dagger, even though it'll be early. But like you said, if you can come out and get a stop and go down and get a score, this is still a game. You know, this isn't a blowout yet. Union can still make a game out of this. And I'm not big on moral victories either, but like I said, even if Union can come back and keep this game close, they can take that confidence with them going into the playoffs next week, and because they're eventually going to face a team like Morgan again here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, here we're winding up halftime, and so in fact they're going to add 3 minutes to the clock, it looks like, and let the teams get warmed up. It's a cold one out there, but I've got a few facts, or a few, I guess, Union sports facts, of course, thanks to Jen Rook. As Brindy Bartlett and Tori Ross were our Shades Diesel Athletes of the Week for the Cougars, both picked as only seniors on soccer, leading Cougars to first place berth in 6 years for the region. Lost to Region 15, number 1, Manti, as they hung up their cleats for good and left them on the field. Tori lacing up the basketball shoes now, and Brindy will be oiling up that softball glove, going to play some fall softball and start preseason softball workouts. And Tori's going to play fall softball 2, softball tryouts end of February, of course. Also, let's see, congrats to the cross-country boys and girls, took first in region Wednesday. Senior Logan Snow got a silver medal, and sophomore Sydney Snow with a silver medal for the girls. And then in volleyball, their last game's going to be next Tuesday. Let's see, in Juab. They are 8-1 in region. Their lone loss coming from Delta. And so they're 16-10 overall, tied for first in Region 14 with Delta. So probably going to end in a coin flip to see who gets that first place spot. But if the Cougs get first, they'll be in top half of the bracket with San Juan, best hitter in the state, but Ellison Weaver right behind her in kills. And then Morgan, defending state champs, in the bottom half of the bracket with North Sanpete. If the Cougars get second in the coin flip, they'll most likely meet up with Morgan in the semis rather than take them on in the finals. So Union, with one of their best volleyball teams in years, hoping that they can get a nice run at the state championship. And I'm not sure when the state tournament is for volleyball. Maybe Jen, maybe you can text me and let me know on that one too. Tell me that. We got 45 seconds. Cougars will be kicking off to Morgan to start this second half action. And of course, we definitely want to thank all of our sponsors for giving us this opportunity to bring you high school sports here in the Basin. Ashley Regional Medical Center, Jones Paint and Glass, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, Strata Networks, United, operated by SkyWest, Utah State University, Ute Tribal Enterprises, Zions Bank, and then, of course, Water Hollow Ranch is sponsoring our player of the game, and our, of course, L&L Motor with our replay, which is always fun.
They didn't have that when I was in high school, so it's
no.
That is a fun feature.
Oh, it's even more fun sometimes, when you get that Jumbotron out there and be able to watch that from the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like you're in a college game, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, providing replays and analysis and all that.
All right, so your playoffs for the volleyball state playoffs are going to be the 24th and 25th of this month. So they'll finish their last game next Tuesday, and then the next week will be the state playoffs as Tanner Miles to kick off. It's his first kickoff. They knock that one down to the 10, and he takes this one upfield. He's got one man to beat. It's Miles, and Miles brings him down.
There's also a flag on the play. That might be coming back.
What a play by Wheeler.
That was a great open field tackle.
I want to check out this. Where's the flag there at the 29? So we want to watch this. Let's
Looks like they're marching him
see
back.
if we can get another replay on this one. Back to that L&L Motor replay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I didn't see the flat, or saw the referee throw it. Just assumed it would have been holding, and it looks like that's what it was.
Here's our L&L Motor replay. Is he? Not sure. I didn't see that, but I imagine
it was pretty.
it's holding. Oh, blocking the back penalties will take it back to the 19.
Union catches another break with the flag.
And so Thackeray going to give it to Jarrett, and Jarrett gets caught up in the backfield, but no, he gets out of there. Brig Edwards got his hand on him, and now a flag comes in. Either a holding or a face mask is going to be my guess.
Yep, it's in that area. Hopefully a Union defender did not get his hands on a face mask in that scrum.
Well, they're turning around.
And that's what it is.
And it is. Did you see a official? Oh,
Yep, face mask. Yep.
face mask.
Mm-hmm.
Just a 5-yard one. So unintentional, I guess, is that what they call it? What do they call it?
Yeah, unintentional. Just kind of a graze. Didn't jerk the neck or anything like that. Goes along the personal foul variety, 15-yarder.
And it's from the spot of the foul. So about 1st and 7 now. Thackeray drops back to throw. There's the throw to Hurd.
Yep, that's her. That's their big play receiver. Surprisingly hits him right in the hands. And maybe the crisp, cool weather could be affecting the players a little bit.
Well, and good coverage, too, by Nebeker as he's right there to make the hit when the ball comes in.
Yep, that was good coverage right on his hip. Try to distract the receiver from anything, watching the ball into his hands. Take his eyes off the ball. Good
So it'll
coverage.
be 2nd and 7 now. Hurd's the near side receiver. Thackeray in the pistol. And he's going to go deep. I think this one to Buck. And Buck makes the catch out of bounds.
Again, that is good coverage downfield. See what number that is.
That's a Hyder.
Oh, that is Hyder. Forces him. He uses the out of bounds almost as an extra defender. Pushes the receiver out of bounds and only allows him to make the play out of bounds.
Well, and so here it is. It brings up 3rd down. Can the Cougars make this crucial stop down 22-0?
Here's your call, Mark. An opportunity to get off the field, 3 and out, get the ball back.
Going to go with a nickel package, it looks like. Almost a 3-4, I guess, defense. As now across the middle, it's made. The catch is made by Hurd.
And he goes back to his reliable receiver. And Union just not getting too much pressure on Thackeray. I mean, he sits back there. They're bringing just a 3-man rush. But give credit to the quarterback. Put it over the linebacker and in front of the safety.
Another catch made. Now this one's to Cameron. And so another 1st down, and now Morgan moving.
Doing the hurry up.
Thackeray giving it to Jarrett, and Jarrett quickly moving upfield. He'll pick up 5. Oh, he's still on his feet, and he fights for that extra yardage, gets a 1st.
I've been impressed with Jarrett, this back from Morgan. I mean, he has, I don't know how big he is.
He's not a big guy.
But he does not go down easily. We don't have, doesn't look like we have the heights and weights for Morgan players. But
hurry up offense here. Thackeray drops back, throws, and he's got Buck. Buck making a move on 2 defenders. Finally knocked down.
And he's quick. He's quick as well. And that's what Morgan does. They're just letting their athletes make plays, getting Buck. Buck is quick and shifty, getting him in space. And, I mean, look at all these defenders he's making miss.
Tell you what, this Morgan, and this is one thing you're going to look at here going into this 2nd half. Cougars, you notice these same guys are out there on offense that are playing defense. Same guys. And so you've got guys playing both ways. Here you're going to do a substitute there. Cougars will do a substitution on that defensive line.
Yep.
But you do not see the same guys on the offense as you do on the defense for this Morgan team. They've got plenty
And
of
an article,
personnel.
Yep, they do. Article previewing Morgan's season actually mentioned that for the first time in years they have said one of the biggest teams number-wise that they've ever had, and not a lot of guys are going to have to go both ways, and that really shows up and pays dividends in the second half of games like we're seeing. And I think they know that Union plays a lot of guys both ways, so they're going to this hurry up and
Oh,
try
you
to
tire 'em
just to
out.
try to wear them down.
Yeah, it definitely does, but they're will be 2nd and 12 here. Thackeray in the pistol with Jarrett behind him. Now he's going to go deep. Couldn't tell
Just
who.
incomplete.
Was that Buck? That
It
was Buck.
Yep.
Hyder on the coverage.
Pretty good coverage. Looked like a corner route. And the ball turned the receiver around. Actually looked like he had a step. Not the greatest ball from Thackeray on that throw. Turned him around and allowed the pass to be defended and broken up.
Well, they've got 2 downs to get a first here as they're inside Cougar territory. Thackeray takes the snap, and this one intended for Hurd, and as it's picked off by Russell.
That's great. Great defense there. Falling back in the zone. Thackeray tried to put it over the top of, didn't notice who that was. He tried to put it over the top of the defender. Caused an errant throw to go high.
Well, and it bounced off.
And again, we're doing the tip drill. We've had that a couple times tonight.
Yeah, hits Hurd's fingers, and then it hits, looked like it hit Nebeker right in the shoulder pads that bounced up, and Russell comes up with it, and the Cougars
Hey,
offense.
they've created some turnovers.
Well, they've got 90, almost 90 yards, 89 yards here. Foot in the gun. Play action. Throws over to Burchell, and Burchell makes a nice move in the flat. Gets first.
Yep, I like that play call. Burchell's all alone over there with that corner. And Burchell has a size advantage. They're subbing out the corner now. I mean, he's one-on-one. Run a 5-yard out. At worst, you're gaining 5 yards if you can make a guy miss.
Hey, you got basically 2 men to miss if you can beat the free safety. As this time they'll give to Eldridge, and he's not going anywhere.
Still nothing doing on the ground game. And, you know, you don't necessarily want to abandon the ground game because it still sets up. We've seen Union have a couple pass plays downfield with the play action as it kind of sucks up those linebackers, that play action. So you still need to hand the ball off on occasion to keep the defense honest. But again, just big defensive front for Morgan, controlling that line of scrimmage.
Here's going to go with 3 receivers. Rohr is a tight end formation here. As Foot fakes it, and as he tries to, he tucked it in just barely. He gets hit as he was going to throw.
Right. I mean, that's some grip strength. And again, that's the downside. We're just talking about the upside to play action. That's the downside. It takes time to run the play action, and it allows the pass rush to get to you.
Well, and that's, you got to give Foot, that was great.
Yeah, that could have been a bad turnover deep
Good
in their
job
own territory.
holding on to the ball, because
Yep.
usually a quarterback's hit, and that's when the fumble comes out, especially when he's only got one hand on it, and he somehow keeps a hold of it, especially on a cold night tonight when that ball's just a little bit more stiff.
Hard, yep, slicker.
And so Foot in the gun, fakes it to Eldridge, goes downfield to Burchell, and that will be well short of a first. I imagine the Cougars will go ahead and punt this one away.
And Foot took another shot, again on the release. You can see here, again, another play action. Gets hit right as he releases it.
Got a 4th and 9.
And that's about all he could do on that play. Get it to Burchell, see if he can possibly make a guy or 2 miss.
So Burchell will go back to punt for the Cougars. Imagine you're going to see some little run up. And definitely going to do that rugby kick. Get a nice bounce down the field. And they better stay with Jarrett, because Jarrett is, I can see him picking it up and being squirrely, you know.
That live drive punt almost looked like he might have been targeting to maybe glance it off of a Morgan player, and then it's a live ball. Then Union could pick that
At the
up.
same time, when you get your guys to be able to get downfield, you can kick those line drives, and they'll bounce a long ways. And so,
That's a good.
there's a lot of different options there. And but if anything, maybe it just creates possibilities for the Cougars.
Yep. Doesn't allow Morgan to have any punt return yards as well.
Well, Thackeray in the pistol. Takes the snap. It's going to give to Jarrett. And Jarrett, he'll make some quick moves, and he's upfield. Nice tackle there by Colby Hyder. We haven't called his name a whole lot tonight.
That was a good pop. We've seen Jarrett bounce off of tacklers, and Hyder's coming downhill. Gets him on the cutback. Good form tackle.
And so again, Thackeray in the pistol. And a quick pass over to Jarrett around the right side, just a swing pattern. He's going to be close to the first, but not quite. As Carter Winterton in on the tackle.
That's a good rally coming up. Again, Jarrett's made some guys miss tonight. So to come up and get him down on first contact, bring up 3rd and short.
Ryan Russell also in there on that tackle. Thackeray in the pistol. He's got 3 receivers in trips. He gives to Jarrett, and Jarrett's got the first.
Good hole opened up on the right side for Morgan. And a back like Jarrett, he's going to pick it up. Still didn't gain a ton, 3-4 yards, but 3rd and short, that is enough for the first down.
And Ryan Russell in on the tackle there. The sophomore. Playing some good ball tonight. He had that nice reception down at the goal line that almost set up a touchdown. And then the interception that stopped Morgan from scoring here. And here comes, that is Easton Roar.
Great play.
That comes barreling in.
Good penetration. I don't know if he was coming on a blitz or just read it. Well, that's a good play for the Union defense. Bring up 2nd and long. Put a little pressure on Morgan. Make him go backwards instead of gaining 3 or 4 yards every down.
Well, and these are guys that are playing both ways. Roar at that linebacker position, playing a lot of tight end and receiver on offense. As the Trojans are going to go with trips left. Thackeray brings Buck in motion. And now goes downfield to Hurd, and it's Eldridge on the breakup.
Great defense. Trying to force it in there, I think, to his main receiver. Throws it into double coverage. Dangerous pass, could have been picked.
You know, I think this is one where he's got that receiver that he feels like he can go to, and he's fairly confident in putting the ball somewhere there, and Hurd will either knock it down or come up with it.
Yep.
Dual receivers to both sides here now for Thackeray as he drops back. And it's just a little bubble screen to Hurd, and Hurd now will do the rest with his feet.
Great rally.
Yeah, Colby Hyder, Easton Roar, and a whole slew of tacklers in on that one.
Come up and punish the ball carrier.
And so Morgan will be forced to come out and punt this one away in their own territory.
And Union's defense is playing. I mean, they've stepped up. They're playing pretty well. Now, if the offense could just get rolling and finish, like we've talked about, they've had opportunities. They've moved the ball. They just need to break through. They just need to break through and get in the end zone.
Yeah, they're running out of time fast. We're 5 minutes left to go in the third. Down 3 scores. As Morgan will punt this one away. Hyder just gonna that almost hit Eldridge, didn't it?
I don't think he knew the ball was coming.
No.
And
really
a good
close to hitting him.
Yeah.
In fact, I thought it did the way he come away from it. But the Cougars will take over on their own. Going to mark it at the 15 or 16.
That's a good punt by Morgan as well. If you're Morgan, you just say punt it away. Our defense has played well. They're pitching a shutout so far. Make Union go 85 yards to put up points against us. Playing a field position game.
And so the Cougars, 3 receivers, looks like Eastern Roar again in that tight end formation. As Roar takes, his foot takes the snap, almost picked off, intended for Burchell.
Another tip drill that almost landed again in the hands of the Morgan defense. And I would like to see...
You know, there have been some crazy catches. There was that one crazy interception by Morgan. Cougars had a crazy
Yeah, it's been on both sides. Yeah, both teams.
Not only that, but then the Cougars also had a great catch that was made similar by Russell. It's just been one of those crazy nights.
Football's ping-ponging around down there.
Maybe that's the cold. Foot in the gun. As he gives to Eldridge. Eldridge following his blockers. Big old Dalton Clark up there moving. That'll give him a few yards.
Yeah, it'll be 3rd and, 7? Gives him a little bit of, you know, I would almost expect a screen pass in this situation. They've tried it many times. 3rd and 7, still kind of 3rd and long. Might expect Morgan to bring some pressure in the situation. See if Union can counter with some sort of a screen pass.
And so Foot takes the snap here. Eldridge on a swing pattern. He's going to go downfield, intended for Roar, and that was way over Roar's head. And so the Cougars, I imagine, will punt this one away.
Yep, I don't think he had anywhere to go with the ball. Starting to feel the pressure.
As it is 4th down.
Just got rid of the football. Well, Union's going to put it on their defense again, try to get another stop. As their defense is rose to the challenge.
Back there to punt instead of Burchell on this one. Kind of like Burchell's punting, little crazy rugby style punting. As now Foot drops the punt, now he kicks it off. But defenders are down there, and so again, it's kind of a similar situation. You're able to still let the ball bounce, and they get a Cougar bounce. Barnes down at the 37-yard line.
And Union catches a little bit of a break, like I said, with the drop punt, standing on his own 5-yard line, still able to get the punt away and gets a pretty good roll out of it. Clear down to Morgan's. Looks like they're marking about the 37. So now the defense again.
Boy,
Mark, see if they can.
Quiet here in the 3rd quarter. 3:50 left to go. Morgan 22-0 on the Cougars as Thackeray in the pistol is going to put it up to Hurd. And Eldridge just knocking it away at the last minute. That's one of those that Hurd should bring it down.
I mean, that's like we were talking about earlier. He's just putting it up to that's his favorite receiver. Hits him in the hands. I've seen her drop a couple balls tonight that I haven't seen from the little film I've seen of Morgan. And that's a catch that the Union defender doesn't get his head around. It's not sure where the ball's at. And yeah, that's a catch that
he usually makes.
That he won't be happy with himself in film, that's for sure.
Thackeray drops back. And it's a little pass just over the middle. This one's to Cameron, and Cameron getting big yardage.
Looks like the defender slipped on that play, leaving him wide open over the middle.
It was Harding with the tackle for the Cougars. Almost, the play almost looked like he was setting up as a screenplay.
Yeah, it was well executed.
As Thackeray takes the snap, Cougars come with blitz. And a nice pass and catch. But how about that tackle by Harding?
That's a good open field tackle. That's what you got to do. Keep those.
Cameron Duke with the catch.
Keep those short crossing routes in front of you. Come up and make a tackle.
Only gives him a yard, so it'll be 2nd and 9 now for the Trojans. As again, Thackeray in the pistol here. And he's going to give to Jarrett. And Jarrett getting it on the outside. There's a flag that comes in. He gets to the outside. He'll pick up a few yards, but the flag, I bet she's going to be holding.
That is in the area of holding.
I don't know what else it would be. I didn't really see any other contact other than blocking there. So that one's going to be against the Trojans.
Seems like a useless too by the time the flag came out. Yep, it is holding. The running back's already on the edge.
So from the spot of the foul,
10-yard penalty.
I'll make it 2nd and 19. Sorry, 19.
Yep.
I had to act. I was like 9 plus 10. I didn't have my shoes off. Couldn't count all the way up that high. And a little screen play here to Jarrett. And Jarrett, and he loses the ball. And it's Rohr who picks it up. Rohr heading downfield. Runs into some defenders. And now he's going to try and come back across the field. They're going to stop his progress there at the 45.
Man, I don't know what this flag is. This could. I don't like the area that was thrown in. I don't know if he's going to call a targeting a helmet, leading with the helmet. But he hit him low, so I don't know what could possibly this call could be. But if it does go against Union, that's a bad. I mean, that's.
Well, and it might be after the fumble, is what it's looking like. So
it looked like the flag came out right when the hit occurred, so I'm not sure what.
Well, they put
this could
there.
be.
It's against Morgan, and so it's. Oh, illegal receiver downfield. Is that what it is?
Yep. They got their linemen down.
Their linemen were downfield, way downfield.
Great hit. Who was that?
That was Tavita Kafusi, and I think Latuyan on that.
It looks like the hit was made by Russell.
Was it Russell?
Mm-hmm.
Penalties declined, and will take
And a big hit. That's a good.
Well, and Russell's been all over as a sophomore playing both ways. He's done a good job for the Cougars tonight.
Union they need to take advantage of this opportunity.
And here's another sack by the Trojans. Cougars just unable to capitalize on.
And again, we're seeing that play action just take too long to develop. As he stuffs it in the belly, pulls it, and by the time he pulls it out, he's not having any time. I'd like to see him kind of get away from that play action if they're going to throw the ball downfield.
So foot in the gun here. Eldridge lined up left side. And he's going to get blitzed again. He gets hit as soon as he makes the throw. Eldridge will pick up 4 on the catch.
And Foot is hit again. He has taken some hits. Got to give Foot some credit. He's taken some shots that he doesn't even see half the time. And they brought that speed rush off the edge. They got to him, but was still able to complete the ball. Not for much gain, but it's better than taking a sack.
Yeah, so as we wind down the end of the third here, it's been scoreless this quarter. Cougars going to go with 4 receivers. And Eldridge lined up in the backfield with Foot. As there's the snap. Intended for Hyder, it looked like, but Foot again gets hit.
He does. He looked like he was open. Receiver was open over the middle.
You know, it's hard when you've got 2 linebackers coming right at you.
Yeah, and he's taking a hit every single time he drops back.
Not only that, I think Burchell was wide downfield too. He had his man beat, at least.
And that's what pressure does for you, is he doesn't allow the quarterback to go through his progressions and see open receivers.
Well, they've got 5 receivers out there as the halfback takes off, and so that takes away one of your other blockers, you know. Going to go with trips right here. Eldridge stays in to block this time as there's release, and that's a nice catch made by, I think that may have been Hyder. Can't see.
Ooh,
and now
little
some
extra
shoving, and now he throws
that could
him
have been
down.
No flag toss, but shoved well after the whistle. Could have easily been a flag.
The Cougars will go. Oh, was that 4th down?
That was 4th.
That was 4th, and so that.
I think at this point they say, trying to get something going. Again, they run a route short of the sticks on 4th down, and he's gang tackled before he can make any moves, but I think that rush is getting to him. That's where he didn't have time to go anywhere else with the ball.
Cougars going to go with a 3-man front here. Oh, here comes the 4th. Here comes Clark. Thackeray in the pistol here. Going to the left or the right side, and that's Cameron that just makes a little move on his defender.
Good move. That's an easy pitch and catch. That's a very high percentage throw, easy throw, and you pick up 6-7 yards on 1st down. Defender slips a little bit too.
2nd and 3.
Was Winterton and was it Hyder there on the stop there? Hurd, this pass over to Hurd across the middle, and Hurd continues to move. What was that flag for?
You see a flag coming in. See what they call here.
I was watching the defender, and he reached, he was looking for the strip.
Yeah, he's going in for the punch. And they're moving.
It's going to be against the Trojans. We'll wait to see what the call is. It is a
block in the back.
Oh.
Holding?
I think it's a block in the back.
And Morgan has kind of shot themselves in the foot
We'll watch
a few
it right
times.
here as Hurd makes the catch. Oh, there's the block in the back on Hyder.
Just a little push, yep.
Yep. So, yeah, block in the back there. Hyder would have made the play, and he shoves him out of the way. So,
yeah, that's a good call.
So it'll be 2nd now, and about 6 here. Thackeray in the pistol, 3 receivers. Jarrett lined up behind him. As he'll give to Jarrett. Jarrett gets through the line. He's got the first. That was Harding that makes the tackle.
Yeah, and I think Morgan's been throwing the ball, might be expecting a run, and Morgan comes back, the quick hitter, and gets enough for the 1st down.
Well, so they're saying wind the clock, and the Trojans are good to go into the 4th. And so after 3, it's Trojans 22, Cougars 0.
This is Zaylee Ann. She was born on May 24th, 7 pounds even. The first time I saw Zaylee, you hear of it being love at first sight, but she looked up at me and it was like, there's my daughter. Where have you been all my life? I've missed you. When you're having a baby, you have a lot of questions, and it's not just you that's involved, it's your child also. And from a mother's standpoint, you care a lot about that person inside of you. And you care about yourself too, and you want to make sure that you can make the best decisions for your family. As women, we want to be heard. It's our bodies. We're going through something pretty important, and knowing that the medical team that would be helping me would be very competent, that was important. They offered me their advice and told me exactly what my options were and let me make an educated decision, and I think that's really important. And when I delivered, all of them, every single person that I had come in, very friendly. They all just wanted me to have the best possible outcome that I could.
And we're back, heading into the 4th and final quarter here in Roosevelt. It's Union Cougars taking on the Morgan Trojans. No score, nothing happened in the 3rd. You got the same score it was at halftime.
Yeah, both defenses playing well. Maybe some of these cold temperatures might be affecting the offenses a little bit, making the ball a little bit harder to catch and keep a hold of.
So Thackeray in the pistol. He's got Jarrett lined up behind him as he'll throw downfield. Catch made and tackle made by Barnes. Give him about 5 yards there. Ashley Regional Medical Center welcomes Dr. Tyler Moore, orthopedic surgeon, to he did an additional fellowship in sports medicine. So that's Dr. Tyler Moore, orthopedic surgeon at the Ashley Regional Medical Center, a proud sponsor of high school sports here in the Basin. Thackeray gives to Jarrett. Jarrett's going to bounce this one out to the outside. He's got the first and some more. And finally, that's Burchell that wraps him up.
That's a good patient run by Jarrett. Looks like he could be shaken up a little bit. Did take quite a pop at the end of that run.
Was that by his own man, or was that by Burchell?
I think it might have been Burchell coming in, cleaning up.
So Burchell takes a hit, and then his man, maybe. I think you're right. Kind of hit head-to-head there.
Might have just rung his bell a little bit. He's fine, though. He's up.
He's going to head out.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, yeah, just kind of rung his bell a little bit. That's Thornton that comes up, lining up behind Thackeray. Thackeray in the pistol, drops back, throws across the middle. It's intended for Hurd. He wants a pass interference call.
Looks like he...
Well, if we get a chance to see this replay on this, you'll see Hyder kind of put his hands on Hurd right there.
Yeah, I mean, he does have his hand on his hip. I think you got to let that one go. That wasn't.
Yeah,
I mean, that's close.
When the ball was in the air, I don't think he had his hands on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to call it a holding, though, so he held him from running his pattern. So
probably just saw that outstretched arm, and that does draw the attention of the officials.
So that gives him a first down. Down to the Cougar 26-yard line. Thackeray in the pistol. He's going to release it. And again, it's same play there. This time Hurd brings it in as Hyder makes the tackle. And so we got another first down.
And that's good coverage. Just a well-placed ball, and Hurd makes a good catch. Good strong hands on that play to bring the ball into his body.
Yeah, good coverage by Hyder. As this time they'll hand it off.
And that was good. Good play by Union up front. Nothing doing
Porter
on
Giles
the ground.
With the loss there. Rohr, I think, was the tackler for the loss. Cougars will.
And Morgan's got out of that hurry up. I think they're starting to huddle up as well.
It'll be 2nd and 14 now. As Thackeray takes the snap, rolls left, and now it's Six Killer with the huge sack.
Great play by Six Killer. Getting out, and that was good coverage downfield as well. Allowing the rush to get there. Didn't have any open receivers. I mean, great cover. I'd say that's a coverage sack. But as well, good pursuit.
Yeah, Six Killer makes a nice effort there. As we're under 10 minutes left to go in the game, it'll be 3rd down. 3rd and long. And now we got a timeout.
Timeout Morgan.
By the Trojans. We'll take one as well.
When you need windows, doors, bathroom glass, or paint, Jones Paint and Glass can help. With over 80 years in the industry, we're Utah's go-to expert for paint and glass. We offer beautiful, energy-efficient Jones Paint and Glass windows, as well as Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. We also offer top paints like Benjamin Moore and PPG Pittsburgh paints. Whether you're remodeling or building from scratch, Jones Paint and Glass has you covered.
When you hear the crash.
When I graduate, not only will I get my high school diploma, I will get a certification from the carpentry program.
I was born and raised in Vernal, and I didn't want to leave. I wanted a master's degree. I always have since I was a little girl.
As we are back, it is going to be 3rd and long. Trojans wanted a timeout there. Thackeray in the gun brings Buck in motion, and he's going to give to Buck. It's a Reverse to Hurd, coming back around the other side. Is I think that's Caden Hyder that jumped on his feet and held on.
Good. That's good discipline by Barnes, number 11. That was a reverse pass. So Hurd actually had the opportunity to throw the ball, and they ran a receiver out in the corner of the end zone, but Barnes, being disciplined, stayed with him, did not give up an opportunity for Hurd to throw the ball. Good discipline defense. We talked about the discipline of Morgan. That's good discipline by Union on that play as well.
So it'll be 4th and about 16, I think. 13. They're going to kick a field goal here. It's going to be about a 34-yarder. And Union is going to take a timeout. Well, Jones Paint and Glass, whether building a new home or remodeling, they can help you create the home you want with new windows, doors, paint, and so much more. That is Jones Paint and Glass in Roosevelt and Vernal. And L&L Motor, fully trained staff of not only technicians, but their entire team of employees, offering the widest scale of automotive needs under one roof: tires, wheels, accessories, tint, repairs, etc., 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 whatever it is you need. L&L Motor and Moon Lake Electric. Also, all proud sponsors of high school sports here in the Unibasin, as you are listening to or watching live coverage of Union High School. Cougars taking on the Trojans here in Roosevelt tonight.
And I like Union's defense in the second half. Haven't allowed any points. Morgan is the highest scoring offense in the North region, second highest scoring in 3A in the state, next to Summit Academy.
What's their average? What do they average? Points per game.
They've scored 269, so can't get my.
Trying to think how many games they've played. Played 8.
8, yep.
So 8 divided by 269. That's a bundle.
30, yeah. That's 33.6, 34 points a game is their average.
As they get ready to try for this 34-yard field goal. There's the hold, and it looks almost good. It is.
Yeah,
so
plenty.
There's the first points of the second half on a 34-yard field goal. We'll put our score 25 for the Trojans, 0 for the Cougars. We're going to go to a quick break.
By fixing it the first time, we show our customers that we care. I'm Rico. I'm a technician at L&L Motor. I've been in the automotive industry for 7 years.
I'm Amanda Kazik. I work here at the parts department at L&L.
I like being a technician. Every day is a new day, and it's cool to see a concern and be able to fix it.
They're kind of like my family, so they've really taken care of me and given me a ton of opportunities.
We value the Fix It Right First program. Try to go the extra mile for the customer.
And we're back as Morgan will kick off after their field goal. I've got some score updates. I'm not sure if this is a error because this is crazy. I'll give you the score here in a minute as we watch this. That's Burchell. Hands to Hyder. Hyder. That is a block in the back by Russell. Hyder's going to take this one out to the 40. But that one is coming back.
Yep. Good return.
I was watching that, and then I was hoping he just didn't shove him. You just put your hand on the back, and you miss it right there. But
2 flags. Yep.
Oh, so that one coming back, coming way back. Anyways, let me give you some update scores. How about this? Grantsville and Emory, in the third quarter, the score is 84-44.
That's a basketball score. But
isn't it? That's why I'm like, no.
Emory's put up 44, though, huh?
84-44. 84 to 44.
Wow.
Is this just like a kickoff to kickoff to kickoff to who scores first every
Man,
time?
That's one of the more bizarre football scores I've
Carbon
heard.
beating Judge 35 to 22. Well, it's in the fourth, but they're up on Judge 35-22 in the fourth. And then, of course, our score here. So that's why I'm like, either it's a typo, 84 to 44, as Foot got a scramble, and he picks up some yardage.
Loses his helmet. He might have to go out for a play. And there they got the flag. That could be a tack on an extra 15 yards.
I got some scores for you on the 3A South. We were wondering on Richfield. They are up on Manti 14 to 7 right now.
How much
And
time's left in that
Juab, a little over 8 minutes left. 14 to 7. Juab beating North San Pete 36 to 22. So this is really messing up that South. And then Summit Academy beating Juan Diego 21 to 13. So fairly low scoring, but those are all close games and they can turn around. In the 3A North, I don't think the Grantsville Emory game is going to change. I think you got your winner, Grantsville, 84 to 44. I wonder how many points they score.
That's a bizarre. I'm like you. I'm wondering if that's some sort of a typo.
So that was against the Cougars, wasn't it?
Man, it was. Yeah,
I wasn't even watching. I was looking at score 84 to 44.
I'm looking at standings, not paying attention to what the refs are calling.
Still trying to figure out what that. So that was Roar that comes in at the quarterback position when we were talking about how Foot needed to go out for a play.
Yeah, I think if you lose your helmet, you got to sit out one play.
They don't really have another quarterback unless you bring in your freshman, and he plays.
I don't see
nonstop.
Foot. Oh, here he comes. I don't see Foot coming on the field, but.
So Roar played that first possession. So it'll be third now and 13 for the Cougars. Under 8 minutes left to play. Cougars just need to get on the board, just a score.
That would do. I think wonders for your confidence.
I give this one to Eldridge, and Eldridge takes this one for a few yards. Couple.
Give you a little bit of breathing room. Try to get this punt out of the end zone.
I gotta update this because it's only in the third. 84 to 44. I mean, there is no defense played right now in that game.
We need some verification. We need a second.
Well, now it's saying 98 to 44, still in the third. Like,
Unless that's some sort of a.
Are you kidding me?
I don't think basketball started.
That means there's been 2 touchdowns scored in about 2 minutes' time. This Foot kicks this one away. And it gets a nice Cougar bounce down to the 43-yard line. I'm really blown away at this.
So if Juab, looking at who Union could possibly play next week in the first round of the playoffs, if Juab's beating North St. Pete, that's going to bump them up in the rankings, which is going to leave Manti and Richfield vying for that 5th and 6th seed.
And Richfield will have the tiebreaker because they beat Manti.
Exactly.
So it'll be Manti.
Yep.
Which is better than Juab because Cougars just seemed like they just cannot beat Juab in the last several years. There's a snap throwing downfield. You notice how he threw that too. He threw that with intimidation. He knew the hit was coming by the Cougars. He just wanted to get rid of it.
There's some heat. There's a free blitzer coming on the outside, and he was just wanting to get rid of that football.
Yeah, he didn't want to be hit.
Nope.
I think that was the reason why that ball was so poorly thrown too.
Yeah, it looks like just on paper again. I haven't seen Manti or Richfield on paper. I would say Richfield's a better team. So good for the Cougars if Manti's going to come up next week.
Grantsville's going to go with a nice little momentum. I think they'll score 100 points before this game's over. As there's a big run. It was Thornton on the carry. That'll give Morgan a first down. Under 7 minutes left to play. 98 to 44 in the third quarter. It's not even your
That's,
final score.
I'd like to see the game film from that game. That's
Well, every play is almost a touchdown, isn't it?
I don't know if I've ever heard of a team scoring 100 points in a football game.
Not well, and especially if the other team's also scoring quite a few.
Exactly.
They're just exchanging touchdowns, almost.
So I found
great effort there after the catch. That was Chris Jansen. I think that is actually the head coach's son there, number 4.
Yeah, it'd be nice if Union. I mean, they played a good half of defense. Be nice if they could stiffen up here and at least hold them to a field goal attempt.
Well, so first down and 10 from the 12. Yeah, it looks like somebody called a timeout here.
Timeout Union.
That's going to be the Cougars with the timeout. We'll take one as well.
We are the people behind the connection. You may never see us, but you are always on our minds. Because you are the reason we do what we do. Improving the way you connect is the reason we are always working. Why we are always building. Why we are always striving to give you the best. We are the people behind the connection, working together to connect your life.
I just keep renewing this until that's Thornton. Thornton with a couple of yards.
We're in disbelief over that score. Like I said, I want some confirmation that that's real. But if that is real, that's.
I know, I do too. There's no way that's real. That's got to be a typo. 98 to 44. Did they add? Did they add 50 to each?
Yeah, exactly. And Emory even scoring 44 points would be kind of a surprise to me as well on a team like Grantsville.
Wow. They just started the fourth quarter there, so we'll see. We'll see. Thackeray brings a man in motion. I think it's Buck. Now he's going to release, and it's caught by Cameron. Cameron's going to go down before, I think right at the goal line there.
Yeah, his knee was down.
But that'll be a first down. So it'll be first and goal now.
Again, not terrible coverage, but it's a good placed ball.
Barnes on the coverage. No, I mean, good defense, too.
Yeah, he found a window there. And
well, Thackeray does a good job, and his receivers do a great job making the catch. So
they do.
Got 3 threats there in Cameron, Buck, and Hurd as he gives to Thornton up the middle, and Thornton pushing in. Thought he was close.
Ooh.
Nope, they're going to say no. So that that defensive line for the Cougars holding strong.
Oh,
no. There it is.
That's a late call.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
How does it? Why do you have to wait that long? Like, can't you signal? You saw it from. How do you have to come up to the?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I don't understand that at all.
When the ball crosses the plane, that's when it's a
right,
touchdown.
You
and
see it and you signal.
If you see it, you signal. If
What are you coming up to look at?
I'm not sure. It's probably foregone conclusion anyways. They would score as it was right on the 1-inch line, but still, you never know what could happen.
Still, what's he coming to look at? You know, is he? I just want to see where his knee touched where the grass is matted.
We need one of those goal line cams that look down the goal line to see what.
So our score 32-0. We're going to go to a quick break.
When you need windows, doors, bathroom glass, or paint, Jones Paint and Glass can help. With over 80 years in the industry, we're Utah's go-to expert for paint and glass. We offer beautiful, energy-efficient Jones Paint and Glass windows, as well as Anderson and Marvin windows and doors. We also offer top paints like Benjamin Moore and PPG Pittsburgh paints. Whether you're remodeling or building from scratch, Jones Paint and Glass has you covered.
When you hear the crash.
Well, the Cougars get ready to receive after allowing that last touchdown to the Trojans. And so with just 5 minutes left to go in the game, Cougars.
Looks like a personal foul as Morgan's kicking off from Union's 45-yard line.
Is that what it was on the?
Must have been. I was, again, looking at standings and looking at papers instead of looking at the ref. And
I'm looking at scores. Still waiting for Grantsville to get over 100 points here in the game. Right at 98. They just need a safety.
Yeah, that is crazy.
As there's the kickoff. That one's going to go way out of the back of the end zone, as expected. I think he put that one through the uprights.
Yeah, he did.
Well, Strata Networks excited to be hosting their 3rd annual Strata Gaming Series event this November. Have you ever been to this? Have you gone?
I haven't. I've heard about it, but I haven't
cool.
seen it.
You just gather your friends, and you can either do tournaments, anyways. But it's going to be a fun-filled day of virtual reality, team tournaments, and more. Just find Strata Gaming Series on Facebook for more info.
They got Madden? They play Madden?
I don't know if I've seen Madden there. They do a lot of the college, but if they did Madden, I'm all in.
Hey,
let's do a Madden tournament.
Let's do it.
Also, United, operated by SkyWest, United Airlines is committed to being the basin's portal of an entire world of travel. As here comes Burchell on the reverse. And he runs over the defender. He crossed the 50. Great play there. No flags on the field.
Yeah, that is a good play. And that was set up. Had blockers. Looked like he just had one man to beat, waiting for maybe for his block to develop. But as it is, great play by Union.
You can book your flight from Vernal to Denver and beyond at United.com. As we watch this L&L Motor replay. Great blocking by the Cougars downfield. Also, Utah State. Here's Foot to Hyder. Hyder going to get close to a first down there. Now he gets gang tackled.
And I'd like to see, the game's obviously, we know what the result's going to be, but I'd like to see Union punch one in. They need to put some points on the board.
They need to put something on the board, right? Well, Utah State University, their Unibasin offers a wide variety of associate, bachelor's, master's, and even doctorate degrees. And students can get the degree they need to land the job they want. Just earn a degree in business, education, nursing, natural resources, science, many more others of study. Visit unibasin.usu.edu. Airing it out, and that's Burchell, touchdown.
Great pitch and catch. Great throw. And Burchell's their big-time receiver. He's got height, but he's also got the speed. Beats his guy one-on-one. And it looks like, Union, they've...
Great pass, too.
It was. Right on the money. They've gotten away from that play action, given Foot a little bit more time to see downfield, and that was a great pass. Good route by Burchell, and good to see Union get on the board.
Now, Cougars are going to go for 2. Figuring, hey, we need 4 touchdowns and 4 two-point conversions.
May as well.
As they put Hyder in motion. Rolling right, there's the pass. And it's knocked away, incomplete. And so with 3:46 left to go in the game, Cougars down 32-6. Well, Ute Tribal Enterprises, you can enjoy cosmic bowling at the Ute Lanes Family Fun Center. UTE prides itself in offering the very best products and services to their customers all across the Ute Tribal Enterprises. Fastest growing tribally owned enterprise in the state of Utah. Ute Tribal Enterprises, one of our proud sponsors of high school sports. And Zions Bank. You can avoid financial fumbles when you choose them. You can visit Zions Bank, local financial center, or online at zionsbank.com. The local locations, Uinta and Duchesne counties in Vernal Roosevelt and Duchesne, plus online. Remember, we haven't forgotten who keeps us in business at Zions Bank, as the Cougars will come out to kick off from their own 40. I imagine we expect a onside kick here, Mike.
Yeah, we'll see what the coaches want to do. If they want to do an onside kick with the score how it is, they might just end up kicking it deep. But it does look like he could be setting up for an onside.
And they're going to go deep. Building this one at the 13. Runs into his own man, and then getting tackled at the 26.
Good coverage on the kickoff squad. Only the second kickoff we've seen, but great coverage. And again, you'd like to see Union get off the field. I wonder if Morgan would even bring out their starting QB in this situation. They're sitting on a first-round bye next week. Looks like he is in the game still. But they're sitting on a first-round bye next week, be able to rest guys. And at this point, with the game in hand, you don't want to risk some of your big-time players getting hurt going in the playoffs.
As there's the handoff there. Is that Thornton? Imagine that's Thornton there up the middle. Yes, it is. Thornton gets enough for a first down, so they'll just let the clock continue to run here.
And I'd expect Morgan just to keep this on the ground, keep the clock running.
Carter Winterton, the senior, on the tackle there for the Cougars. So from the Morgan 37-yard line. Thackeray in the pistol, and he's just letting the clock run. And there's again the handoff to Thornton. Thornton carrying forward. And again, Carter Winterton on the tackle. 5-yard pickup there.
Well, Mark, looks like Union's going to finish third in region, so they still will be hosting a home playoff game next week, though.
Yeah,
that's the good news.
Yeah, so we'll be right back here next Thursday at 4 p.m. It'll be an earlier played game, so maybe it wonon't be as cold, right?
Right, and that is on Thursday.
Thursday.
Not on Saturday.
Yep, it'll be on Thursday on the 18th as Thornton again upfield, and he picks up big yardage again. And we're still waiting to see who that final spot's going to be. I don't have updated scores out of looking at the Richfield-Manti game, because really it's depending on that game, isn't it?
Yeah, especially if Juab
If Richfield loses.
Yep. If Richfield loses, it's Richfield. If Manti, if Richfield beats Manti.
Yeah, if Richfield beats Manti, but Juab beats North Sanpete, then we've got just Manti and Richfield. But then I think because Richfield has a tie over them, then it's going to be Manti.
Yep. And that's who I would, just looking at the stats, an interesting stat that you can look at is point differential. The only team in the negative point differential in the South region is Manti. Richfield actually has a plus 52. Compare that to Union, they have a plus 28. So that's kind of an interesting stat. I don't think Richfield's a bad team for being in that 6th seed. You look at the North.
Richfield started off the region or the season 4-0.
Okay.
You know, all of their conference, they were smaller. They beat
Right.
Duchesne. You know, I mean, they were smaller schools
Sure.
that they went out and beat, but they still started off 4-0 and then, you know, just struggled through region play. But
I think that South was pretty tough.
they're legit. As now Morgan will just a little hitch pattern there.
But you contrast that to the last place team in the North. I mean, at Judge Memorial, they haven't won a game all year, and so you think, oh great, we're the 3 seed. We're going to get the last place team from the other division, but it might be a tougher game. Might not be your typical 6 seed coming into Roosevelt next week.
Right. So again, yeah, that'll be next Thursday, the 18th at 4 p.m. Thursday, and it's because of the UEA weekend. So I think it's that UEA break, and so that's why they're doing that on Thursday.
Short week to get prepared.
Yep. Well, a positive side here, Cougars able to get on the board on that nice pass play from Foot to Burchell. We got to pick us a Water Hollow Ranch player of the game. Mike, who's it going to be? They're winning 2 free tickets to the Maze at the Water Hollow Ranch in Bluebell.
Just a guy that's played kind of hard-nosed football on offense and defense, kind of a slugfest type of game. I like Easton Rohr.
Okay. Well, Easton, you know, he made some nice catches in traffic. He picked up the 1 fumble and returned that, but defensively, he's been all over the board, or all over the ball, as Colby Hyder comes in on the tackle there. So, yeah, Easton's had a great night. And not only just a great night, but a great, guess you could say, season and career here at Union as he is a senior.
Yes. Yep, just a hard-nosed, tough football player. That makes, like we just said, that can make plays on both sides of the ball, catch the ball in traffic, kind of plays with that linebacker mentality, not afraid to go over the middle, not afraid to take a hit. And then on the defensive side of the ball, he's the one delivering the hits.
Yeah, you know, that's tough because there was some great plays by every player, several players on this Union team. You know, we talked Ryan Russell, as this is going to do it for us. That's going to – oh, is this a timeout? Who made the timeout? Union? Morgan calling a timeout with 14 seconds left. Okay.
I'm not sure what that's about.
Well, it is 4th and 5, so maybe they want to get the first down.
I'm not sure why they wouldn't just want to let the clock run
yeah,
out.
Because you could just let it go. Be done.
Yep.
All right. Whatever. Anyways, but no, Ryan Russell, a sophomore, he made a great catch down at the goal line that almost set up a touchdown until the penalty.
Yep.
He had an interception, and then he's been all over defensively also. He's done great, and just as sophomore. Chase Burchell has had some nice grabs tonight. He's had some nice tackles. He caught the 1 lone touchdown pass there, deep from Foot. Foot.
Yeah, there's been some good.
Foot is a backup quarterback coming in, you know, this year.
And he's played. I actually wanted to talk about him. He's played tough. He's taken a lot of shots tonight. He's gotten up. Still has delivered the football downfield, and he's just his toughness. You know, that's something that a team can look up to and respect especially in their quarterback.
Well, so this gives the Cougars 12 seconds. What do you do at this point? Do you just down it and end the game? You're down 32-6.
That's what I would do.
I mean, is there any reason to go, okay, let's try and do something when you know, hey, we've got a playoff game next Thursday.
Right.
Let's get ready. But let's go down. Let's go out there. Let's down the football, and let's move on to next week.
That's what I'd do, unless you're giving it to maybe a JV back. Looks like their starters are in, though. Looks like they might try to run a play.
It looks like they're going to. So with 12 seconds left to go, Cougars going to look to go down. And, of course, Morgan going with a prevent defense.
Yeah, they're
playing about 25, 30 yards off the ball. And Foot airing it out. It's going to be picked off. 6, 5. That's going to stop the clock there at 4, and so it will be now. That's Kobe Gurr there saying, hey, hold it. We're good. We're good.
And that's kind of a cheap pick. I mean, that's going to go down in Foot's stats as interception. That's kind of a cheap interception to go in. But, you know, we said take a knee, get the game over with. But I kind of like the fight. You know, they're playing to the whistle. They're playing until there's 000 on the scoreboard. I like the fight.
This is where we'll see Morgan actually down the football, and this game is going to be one for the record books. It's Union High School Sports here on Channel V6. You can get that on your Roku or on Channel 6, but also these games are posted on YouTube each week. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors that allow us to bring you this live coverage. Ashley Regional Medical Center, Jones Paint and Glass, L&L Motor, Moon Lake Electric, Strata Networks, United operated by SkyWest, Utah State University, Ute Tribal Enterprises, and Zions Bank. And then our Water Hollow Ranch Player of the Game, Easton Rohr, winning a couple of tickets to the Maze at the Water Hollow. Mike, anything you want to add?
No, like I said, the only thing is Union's had a good season. They went down against what I would say my favorite is to win the state championship in 3A. Played them tough. The scoreboard, 32-6. After those first 2 possessions of Morgan, Union played tough. They have some stuff to build on after this game.
Who else did Morgan play in the preseason? Did they happen to play Summit Academy?
I don't think they have played Summit Academy.
So
And that's the other undefeated team from the South in region. They're 6-2 overall. Summit Academy 4-0 in their region. That would be the other school. Of course, you can't count out Juan Diego. They're the defending state champions in 3A. But this Morgan team's a good team. Union came out and played tough. They had some opportunities. They can go back on the tape and try to glean some confidence off of. But as it is, Union still has a home playoff game next week.
So, and it looks like it's probably going to be against Manti. Richfield beating Manti 14-7, and of course, so that means they're tied at the bottom there. Juab's going to get the win on North Sanpete, 36-22, and
it looks like that'll kick Manti down on that 6th seed.
Yeah, so it looks like the Cougars will be taking on Manti next Thursday here at 4 p.m. Speaking of at 3A North, Grantsville 112-44. There's still 7 minutes left to go in this game, Mike.
I want to get my hands on that tape and see what in the heck
How
is
is
going
there
on.
still 7 minutes left to go in that game? Carbon over Judge Memorial currently 35-22, but this is an old score. I don't have anything updated. And then, of course, here in Roosevelt, it's Morgan over Union 32-6. Mark Winterton along with Mike Cook. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.